You can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. You know, the Lund Mortgage Team has been doing their thing for over 2 decades in the Valley, helping thousands of people in Arizona save money on their loans, get the best rate. They're mortgage brokers. They can shop it around for you. And now more than ever, it is so important to have a mortgage professional that's been around, that's seen high rates, low rates, everything in between, because look, there's no sugarcoating what's going on right now. The rates are higher. However, the supply and demand, the whole how many houses are for sale in Arizona and what's going on, it's gone in favor of the buyer now. So if you're going to buy a new home, it is important to go and get that rate. Whatever that rate is, it's not going to be your forever rate. That's important to think about. So lock it in, get the house of your dreams, and move on. But let the people at the Lund Mortgage Team do their job. All the heavy lifting from start to finish. They'll find you the best rate out there. Call 623-875-9940, 623-875-9940, or online, lundmortgage.com.
Exclusive coverage of the NCAA men's basketball tournament on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic is presented by Harmon Solar, Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, American Furniture Warehouse, Desert Diamond Arena. Don't miss a moment of the action, the upsets, the last-second buzzer beaters that make this tournament madness. The NCAA men's basketball tournament, exclusively on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Need weekend plans to get spring ready? Make Lowe's your weekend destination this spring with Weekending at Lowe's. Stop by for free activities and workshops, including our upcoming Raised Garden Bed workshop. This month, we're celebrating with fun events like SpringFest Egg Venture, where you can enjoy Easter treats for the whole family. Visit Lowe's.com/events for this month's full lineup. Count on Lowe's for all of your home improvement needs. And now, activities in your community with Weekending at Lowe's.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K240 U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Wednesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studio in Scottsdale. And today, we have some stuff to give away. That's right, tickets for the NHRA Arizona Nationals, which happen Friday. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Wild Horse Pass Motorsports Park. They call it the Duel in the Desert, Randy.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
It's coming to town for the last time in 2023, and they are saying it's going to be one to remember. And so the NHRA, I always used to think that was like a high-def version of the NRA. You like guns in like 4K or something. But it turns out NHRA stands for something else.
Yeah, National Hot Rod Association.
Yeah, I was surprised to find that out, but it didn't make more sense with the cars involved. So anyway, these are the Arizona Nationals, and there's all sorts of stuff happening with this. They're going to have the debut of Too Fast, Too Tasty. I guess what it is. I don't know what it is. It's just racing. Pretty sure it's just racing.
Yeah.
And let's see. Then, of course, there's chances to interact with drivers down there. Every ticket is a pit pass, they say. And you'll get access to the teams. You get to see all the mechanics do their thing there. Thing. And you get autographs from your favorite NHRA drivers. Anyways, you know where a Wild Horse Pass is, right, Randy?
Oh, yeah. It's out there out by Chandler. It's right there.
I-10 to the Wild Horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got their own exit and everything.
Yeah.
It's exit 162. And if you want to purchase tickets, you're like, holy crap, I don't want to wait to try to win tickets. Not from this nonsense show. You can call 1-800-884-NHRA if you want to get some tickets for this thing. But we have, am I right? Is it 2 pair to give away, or is it just 2 tickets? I can't remember what Radio Run said.
It is 2 pairs of tickets.
All right. So you know what we should do? we should give away a pair right here, right now, period. Just let's do it. Phone
Just
call.
jump on it right
Yes.
now. Okay.
Why not? They'll never see that coming.
All right.
888-368-1580. And I'm going to give it to the second caller. So that way, that's going to mess with them, Randy. 'Cause
Uh-huh.
now they can't time it. They go,
Yeah.
oh, God, you
Yeah.
just have to call right now.
Yeah.
888-368-1580 for a pair of these here tickets. So that just jacked up somebody's life right there. 'Cause
Everybody is now freaking out immediately.
first caller is like, son of a bitch. Yeah,
Yeah,
right there,
yeah,
there at that very moment, I saw
Yeah.
Keon pick up the phone. Somebody screamed son of a bitch. I
Yeah.
guarantee it.
Yeah.
So we'll give more of these tickets away later on in the show, but somebody right now is getting them tickets. So 888-368-1580. Be ready for that. Couple of things were happening and then happened before we got off air yesterday. We didn't even get a chance to talk about. Of course, the World Baseball Classic, which we're going to get into here momentarily, but Bobby Hurley got his 2-year extension. They decided it was all kind of scary there for a little bit for Bobby Hurley because they were like, oh, he's having his exit interview. He's got his this or that. Oh, could they fire him? No, they wouldn't fire him. And then I saw a tweet, and I can't remember who it was. They're like, anybody saying fire Bobby Hurley must not remember all the years we weren't even a bubble tournament team.
Yep.
Many years where we weren't even up to that standard, and Coach Hurley shows up, and all of a sudden, a bunch of times in the last few years, the ASU has just been right there trying to get in. So
I believe it's the last 8 years, isn't it?
better shape now than the ASU basketball used to be. So, all right, so fine. I guess that's worthy of a 2-year extension. Big George immediately protested and was not happy about it because he just wants to fire everybody. But I don't know what the money is on this. I haven't seen the money. Maybe when Keon gets off the phone with his new best friend there, he can tell us. But I mean, a lot of emotions. A lot of people are like, you can't get past the first round. Man, you weren't even near the first round before. It's like complaining that this radio show can't be number one in the ratings.
Yeah.
Man, we didn't have anything on this damn station that was even near the ratings before this. So don't give me crap if we can't be number one. Just be glad I'm in the conversation is what you should say. But Bobby Hurley's been more than in the conversation. Bobby Hurley, there have been ups and downs, and this right here, this last trip to the tournament, a lot of people are saying is going to be great for recruitment. And it's going to be something that he maybe has struggled in. Some people have said. So whatever the case, Bobby Hurley is your coach for another couple of years. Keon, do we know what the money is on the Hurley deal? I haven't seen a dollar sign anywhere on this.
No, I do not know what the money is at this exact moment.
All right. Well, tell us who won, and I'll look up how much Bobby Hurley was making before.
That would be Tammy.
Tammy.
I don't believe she texts the show.
We do have
Congratulations, Tammy.
I think we do. I think we've got a Tammy who texts the show. I just can't remember which one it is. Tammy, you should text us and let us know if I'm crazy or if you really are a texter.
Unless I misunderstood her. She did say that sometimes she goes by Rita, but I don't know if that's
Tammy.
Lovely Rita, Mita, Maid.
texter nickname
Who
or
goes
just
by
a
Rita.
nickname.
So wait, hold on. So she goes by Rita, but I don't think we've seen a Rita on the
Okay.
text line, have we?
Then probably not.
Corona Rita.
Rita. Nope, no Rita's in there.
All right.
Well, whatever the case, Tammy? Is it Tammy?
Yep.
Tammy, congratulations. Thanks for listening. We're surprised too. 888-368-1580. So she's got her tickets, and we still have another pair of tickets for later.
Giving
Lost
away
Toby
soon. Yeah.
says, what am I calling for? You're not. If you don't know what you're calling for, don't call. Don't be that guy just trying to win prizes so somebody else can't. Man, remember that, Randy, when we were giving away ASU tickets?
Oh,
a
yeah.
bunch of Arizona people were trying to win them so they could just set them on fire.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
How about that for some dirtbag action?
Yep.
We would never do that to them. If we won Arizona tickets, we would give it to the people who really want them, the handicapped, homeless. 888-368-1580. Big George said, another bad decision by Ray Anderson, extending Bobby Hurley. Instead of firing people, he extends them, just like he did Herm Edwards before firing him the next season. So frustrating.
I've been looking up this extension, this Bobby Hurley extension. I can't see any dollar signs on this anywhere, just 2 years.
Well, he had a base salary of like $2.5 million. I think that was what it was.
So if they're extending him, I can't believe it's much more than what they were.
Well, extension just means you're going to continue to get paid that much.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he had gotten a upgrade or anything like that, they'd have said something else. So, but yeah, I think it's around 2.5 million, give or take 100,000 or whatever. I don't know what his incentives are. So, Lost Toby, no, you didn't win unless you're actually on the phone with Keon and he's saying, "Hey, dude," because that's the kind of thing I think Keon says a lot, dude. "Hey, dude, you're a winner." Then you're not a winner.
I either tell you sorry, those would be the first words out of my mouth if you didn't win, or I say congratulations if you did win. You'll know it's not a mystery.
Did you used to say dude a lot?
On the phone? Not really.
I mean, period, at all. I mean, you were in Texas
where
everybody's IQ drops 10 points immediately once you cross the state line.
I mean, no, absolutely. I did and still do. Yeah.
So, dude. Kyle G says, I mean, it's not like Hurley went in as a number 2 seed after supposedly being dominant during the season and lost to an Ivy League school. It seems like he's not that bad.
Yeah, no, I think Big George is doing the Big George thing where he's catastrophizing a little bit. There's no way Ray Anderson was going to fire a guy after making the tournament. It's very hard to do. And when you're in the Pac-12 where the basketball teams are as good as they are here, I understand the Pac-12 didn't, as a whole, did not do very well in the tournament. But it's tough to get through the Pac-12 and into the NCAA tournament. Bobby Hurley just did that. They're not firing him.
Yeah, and I'm also right now scrolling very quickly to try to find. I saw a tweet, and so I'm not going to have the actual facts, but it was amazing from CBS Sports, and what they were saying is there's only one school that's ever lost in the first round to an 11, a 12, a 13, a 14, a 15, a 15, and it's Arizona. Arizona, and there was a picture of Wilbur, the mascot, just face down on the court. And that is the saddest, most satisfying thing I think I've seen.
Yeah, appropriate.
Yeah. So, you want to give Bobby Hurley a hard time, George, about going out in the first round. How about number 1 or 2 ranked Arizona getting shown the door by many lesser than?
Yeah, number 2 seed, Arizona, going out again in the first round. This is not their first time out in the first round. Of course, you might recall last year they went out in the first round.
Taxes, Arizona going out in the first round.
Yeah,
it's all just automatic. All right, I don't mind that Bobby Hurley got an extension. I'm cool with that. You do hope that maybe we can do some improvement, but we're not supposed to be the basketball school in this state. We're not supposed to be.
Yeah,
somebody
the
else
basketball
is supposed
school
to be.
Went out again in the first round.
Yeah. So what are you gonna
to a team that shot worse than them in the game.
Now that's weird. That is kind of hard to. How do you? Is that free throws? Because I don't understand how you. Is it turnovers?
It's second chance points, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we don't have to. They're out. They're gone. It's over.
Oh no, it'll come up in the dance party because Princeton's still here.
Oh, I hope it does. So
Every
we want a
time
full
Princeton
remembrance.
Is mentioned. All of Tucson breathes a sigh of despair.
Their sphincters tighten up just a little bit more right there.
Princeton. See what I mean? Yeah.
So now we've talked about the whole Bobby Hurley thing, and I don't think anybody's too upset about it, but George. Now it's time to talk about the World Baseball Classic, and the Japanese won. It wasn't the Americans.
Yeah.
The Americans, Major League Baseball, best baseball on the planet. Of course, what Keon will tell you is why don't we have the World Series be this? And he says, well, a lot of those guys all come from there, and it makes it the World Series here a world thing. But during the World Baseball Classic, all those guys go off to their own countries. And but here's the thing: Japan beat us with Shohei Ohtani. Anybody else?
Yeah,
the Americans got beat with all of Major League Baseball stars.
I understand that the Japanese league is not something most of us watch, but they've got players. And just because we don't recognize the names doesn't mean that those guys are. It was Shohei Ohtani dragging a bunch of bums
but
to the.
Sort of puts a stop to you saying, well, all the best players from out there come here and play Major League Baseball. somebody needs to take a closer look at that Japanese team because they just whooped our ass.
There's a top tier Japanese player coming to Major League Baseball this year. I can't remember his name right now. Maybe Randy does. And there have been a few of those guys over here. It's Shohei is the big one because he can pitch and hit, which to Randy's point is why the writers elevate him above everybody, which is why you've never heard of these other dudes because they're all so good.
Yeah.
Japanese pitchers have been coming here to pitch forever. We just don't know them.
There's a couple of major leaguers that Masataka Yoshida. He's
coming. Yeah,
he's coming to Major League Baseball. Of course, Shohei Ohtani, who, by the way, was the heart and soul of this Japanese team. Heart and soul. Far above everybody else on the team.
You saw the pregame speech he gave.
Yeah.
That was a dinger right there. That was a great speech.
And for the guy to come in, it was a resemblance of Randy Johnson coming in Game 7 against the Yankees here at Bank One Ballpark, coming in to stop the hated Yankees and to bring the Diamondbacks to their first World Championship. Shohei Ohtani had to do the same thing, and he had to come in and strike out arguably one of the best ball players in Major League Baseball in Mike Trout. And
if you're a baseball fan, this game was everything you wanted. Everything you wanted it to be.
I think it was.
Except for a win.
If you're a baseball fan, whether you are a USA fan, a Japanese fan, a Dominican Republic fan, Venezuelan fan, doesn't matter. If you're a baseball fan, this was a win for baseball. There were no damn pitch clocks. There was no damn constraints. There was no damn, ghost runners. It was just pure baseball. And the guys went out there for the passion and the love of the game and competed. And, congratulations to Japan. Congratulations, Shohei Ohtani, truly proving that he's one of the best in the entire world to play the game. I mean, the guy comes in, throws 300+ mile an hour balls to Mike Trout. Mike Trout whiffed on 2 of them. That was just man on man right there. That was just Shohei Ohtani right down Broadway with one as hard as he could go, and Mike Trout couldn't catch up
to
nasty.
It. And so nasty.
And then he threw that just death-defying slider of his. Oh my God, Mike Trout had no chance, and it was game over. Japan wins. Congratulations.
I like how Trout says he won round 1. We're not gonna have another World Baseball Classic for like 3 years, or was it 2?
26.
He already said he's coming back.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he says that, but he might retire between now and then. Listen, maybe it's me, maybe it's the animal tranquilizers wearing off, but I feel like this was good for baseball. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
I feel like it was good.
Absolutely.
Lose, and what I mean is, it was good for American baseball. It was good to lose to the Japanese, because maybe next year it's like, oh, okay, now we got to take that more seriously. Now we got to step up, because this is supposed to be our game, and we just got beat by. Of course, the Japanese have always really loved baseball, and I've always been really good at it. But you know what I'm saying? Come on, that's supposed to be ours.
This is not the first win by the Japanese. They've won it, the World Baseball Classic 3 times. Jeff.
I know, but we weren't paying attention.
3 times. We've only won it once, and we were competing to win it a second time. So Japan clearly has the edge on everybody else in the world when it comes to the game of baseball. They have a great program. They have a great system. They have a great way of going about the game of baseball. And all you can do is tip your hat to them. Congratulations. You are the World Baseball tournament champions.
And those Japanese guys out there, man, were having fun.
They were, because they didn't have anything to lose. They felt like, and that's what Shohei Ohtani was saying. It's like, hey, don't idolize these guys. We're here to play. We're here to beat them. I can't remember exactly how he put it, but it was brilliant. And so, they were loose and having fun, because no matter what, they're playing with their, a bunch of stars that they probably idolize. And now imagine how they feel. They beat them. And now they're like, oh my God, did that just happen?
Oh, yeah.
And here's the thing about baseball in Japan. Japan is not even the nation with the most baseball fans by a percentage. Do you know who it is, Randy? Guess who it is? Which nation has the most?
Dominican Republic, or is it Puerto Rico?
All right, let me tell you how this works. This is going to be figured out in a couple of different ways. There are a couple, because you can't just ask and then they tell you. But here's the nation that Googles baseball the most. So on a computer, the nation that Googles baseball the most is Cuba. Why?
Okay. All right.
Because there's media blackouts there because they're still under a communist regime, and they,
Yeah.
so they're probably having to get on the internet somehow and say, hey, how are my players doing? How is this going? Second place on the Goog is Japan, followed by Dominican Republic. United States is in fourth place on that, of all the nations that Google the most. Then, of course, when you look at, if there was a poll and they said, all right, are you very interested or somewhat interested in Major League Baseball and the World Baseball Classic? The most interested in the World Baseball Classic, can you guess who they were?
South Korea.
Fourth place. Keon, take a shot. Don't,
Wow.
unless you already know the answer. Don't cheat.
No, I didn't. And most interested in the World Baseball Classic. I'll go Puerto Rico.
You'll go Mexico and like it because
No.
Mexico was
Yeah.
the most interested,
Baseball's
followed by
huge in Mexico.
Nigeria.
Oh, no kidding.
That's really
then-
damn cool.
Yeah. Then Taiwan, then South Korea, then the United States, United Arab Emirates, Philippines, and then Japan. Japan's not even the most interested in baseball, and they just whooped our asses last night.
Well, Japan has a really good system in place that's been going for some time now. They have their own major league, quote unquote, major league system in place, and they've been playing for quite some time. The game of baseball has grown like wildfire in Japan, so it's not surprising they're not Googling it or looking it up as much because they have homegrown talent there. I mean, Ichiro Suzuki was here for a long time in Major League Baseball. He was huge. Matsuyama was huge. What was his name?
Hideki Matsui.
Matsui. Sorry, Matsui was huge with the Yankees. They've had all sorts of Japanese players that have come over and played. Now they've got Shohei
Fukudome
Ohtani,
was
who is I'm sorry, who?
I think was it Keisuke Fukudome for a long
No,
time?
Fukudome. Yeah,
Yeah.
Fukudome came over.
I
here,
want
was
I
big.
want a jersey that says that.
Fukudome.
I don't know. It just sounds funny.
Figure.
I feel like I know where your mind went with that, but
I don't even have to explain it. First and 15 says Japanese finally won. They were the better team. We didn't bring a big enough bomb this time, I guess.
Well, you leave 7 guys on base in a game like this. You can't do that. You got to get them on, get them over, get them in. It's a simple game. Figure it out. You can't go up there and just swing for the fences every time. You've got to figure out ways, which Japan did, to hit opposite field, hit in the gaps, extra base hits, moving guys around. That's how you win the game.
Domo arigato, Mr. Ohtani. That was fun. All right, we got to take a break. We come back. We have some more baseball to talk about, some NBA. Oh, God, I've got the Lakers tonight. I sort of accidentally on purpose forgot to ask Ralph to be on the show today until like just the last minute. And I think part of that was just subconsciously knowing it was the Lakers Suns tonight.
Yeah.
And I just don't feel that good about it. So I didn't want to have to listen to him in my ear about it. So, God, if we lose, I think I'm going on another 2-week vacation.
Suns win tonight.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. The best way to start betting smarter is to sign up for a free VSiN subscription at vsin.com/subscribe. That's vsin.com/subscribe.
NBA tonight, the Clippers are home in Los Angeles, taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Clippers favored by 7 points, minus 270 on the money line, while the Oklahoma City Thunder are plus 220. The over-under sits at 237.5. The Sacramento Kings are home tonight to face the Boston Celtics. Boston a 5-point road favorite, minus 205. Sacramento plus 172 with an over-under of 238. The San Antonio Spurs, a 13-point road underdog against the home favorite, the New Orleans Pelicans. San Antonio plus 640, the Pelicans minus 950. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
There's no doubt that Harman Solar can save you up to 85% on your monthly electric bill. That's a fact. Bruce Jacobs here. But did you know it's possible to get solar for zero down and no payments for 12 months? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harman Solar is a family-owned, women-owned local company that uses top of the line equipment. Call Harmon Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
Deb's constipation with belly pain, discomfort, and bloating kept giving her grief. She talked to her doctor to get some relief. Deb had irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C, which was a start. Saying yes to Linzess helped her do her part.
Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Talk to a doctor today. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
This March, take a shot at college hoops with a no-sweat bet on FanDuel Sportsbook. Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum, and it doesn't matter if you're new to FanDuel or if you already have an account. Just sign into your FanDuel Sportsbook account to claim yours today. Or if you're new to FanDuel, go to FanDuel.com/Steve1580 to get in on all the action. Then you can bet on everything from the money line to point spreads to that 5 versus 12 seed matchup that you've been eyeing. All in an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. There's no better place to bet the tournament than on FanDuel Sportsbook. Just go to FanDuel.com/Steve1580 to join now or sign into your FanDuel Sportsbook account to claim your no sweat bet today. 21 plus and present in Arizona. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max bonus bet $5 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342.
The dictionary describes madness as frenzy, rage, intense excitement, or enthusiasm. We define it like this.
There's the pass to Leitner. Puts it up. To take the crew for the win.
The madness is coming.
Get it! Comes out, dribble, shoot!
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, the home for March Madness.
Yeah, Sweet 16 this week here on 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic, your exclusive home for March Madness. And speaking of March Madness, you can take a shot at these college hoop games that remain with a no-sweat bet on FanDuel Sportsbook. Doesn't matter if you're new to FanDuel or you already have an account like Jeffco does. Right now, all customers can tip off the tourney with a no-sweat bet. Just sign into your FanDuel Sportsbook account or claim yours today. Or if you're new to FanDuel, you can go to FanDuel.com/Randy1580. Get in on all the action. You like the action, Jeffco?
Action, action, action. I like the action. Give me more action.
More action. Then you could bet on everything from the money line, point spreads, that upset you've been, maybe the Farley Dickinson. Is it Farley? Is it Farley?
It's
Farley
Chris Farley Dickinson.
Chris Farley Dickinson. Maybe. You never know.
Keon's supposed to know these things.
I won some. I won some coin. I won some coin on the March Madness.
They'll give you coins.
No, they'll give you coins. No, hell yes. If that's what it takes to make you happy, they'll give you coins. I cannot verify that. But I know I won some cash, and I did it on Penn State. Of course, they're out of the tournament now. But first round, I took them. Had an upset there. I took them. Anyway, it's all on an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. No better place to bet the tournament than on the FanDuel Sportsbook, America's #1 sportsbook. Just go to FanDuel.com right now /Randy1580. That's FanDuel.com /Randy1580 to join up or sign into your FanDuel Sportsbook account to claim your no sweat bet today. Make every moment more with FanDuel. You've got to be 21 or older, present in the state of Arizona. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max bonus bet $5 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply. See terms at fanduel.com/sportsbook. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text Next Step to 53342. Jeff, go.
Yes, Randy. And later on, we're going to have Keon Rose's college basketball NCAA tournament Sweet 16 edition
nice
dance party.
Nice. I like that.
But it's not now, Randy. It's later.
Not now?
Not now. It's later.
Sorry.
Probably in the next hour about this time. So not now, but later.
I always like to play the music,
I know you like. I wish you could give me some new dance music.
I like
for the
to
dance
bogey
party.
down. I like to bogey down,
Don't you feel like we're getting kind of old, on that music? I
talking
feel
about?
like we could get some better Keon Rose college basketball dance party music.
That's a dance party tune right there. That's a dance party
We play the
track.
same one. Over
I
and
know,
over.
because it's Keon Rose's dance party. It's his dance
It's a
party. When
classic.
you hear that music, I mean, the disco ball drops from the ceiling and
Here's the
things
problem.
start happening.
Here's the problem. If you had a dance party, and you only played the one song every time, do you think people would keep coming?
Well, I don't think you could dance to anything else but Keon Rose's dance party. Hey, come on. Doesn't that get... Look at Keon right now. Look at him. He's dancing.
I mean, it's a catchy tune, no doubt about it. But
Yeah.
just saying, maybe we need to mix it up a little bit. Because Keon Rose's
I don't
college
know.
basketball dance party, maybe he could suggest something.
About something like-
That's Kill Bill. Stop.
No.
You have limited music in your repertoire there, so it's just going to get sad if we start going through that.
I don't have a
How
problem
does that
with the
even
fact-
sound like a dance party, Randy?
Sorry.
That's hooray for Hollywood.
I think that's a normal thing to have limited disco music on hand.
Yeah, disco is garbage. And and people are like, why are you so anti Adam Levine? Why are you so anti? Well, what's the name of his damn band? Moron 5.
Maroon 5.
Why? And I say because they're trying to bring disco back. You can tell. He's singing like this. You're trying to sound like a damn BG. And we don't need that. But what would you like, Keon? What kind of music? Maybe we can get something for you.
You know what we need? That's what we need.
That's how I'm just gonna walk off the show if you play that. So come on, Keon, help out here and tell the man what would be good music for the dance party here.
I mean, I don't know. I think that the disco theme kind of works because it's just kind of funky and weird. You know what
See,
you're
this
listening to when
sucks. Let me tell you why
have
this
it.
sucks. First off, when Randy wasn't here and I said, Keon, go find some disco music, nothing sounded like disco music. He can't search it, so he's not going to find it. I don't
barely
want to
know
go
what it
look
is.
for it because I hate it so much. That means I'd have to look for it. So Randy's holding us hostage with one damn song
I don't know
because
what
he
you're
knows
talking about,
I don't
holding
want
you
to search
hostage.
for it,
I don't
and
know what you're
Keon
talking about.
just doesn't know what it is.
I don't know what you're talking about holding you hostage. I'm not holding
With that
anybody
one
hostage.
song.
I mean, there are tons of disco tunes out there. Tons.
I think what we need is the listeners to suggest.
See, there's tons of disco music.
That's the same song. Yeah, all you did was turn up the volume. It's not disco.
This is disco right here.
Is it?
Yeah, it's disco.
I don't know disco well enough to
That
know
sounds
if this
like
is disco or
Queen
not.
getting ready for every.
No, another one bites the dust, sure, but it might be a little lakeside.
It's a sound alike.
Hip hop, a hibbit, hip hop, and don't stop and rock. Come on.
All right.
It's got
That's
some-
kind of all right. I'll
got
give you
some
that.
time
That's
to
more
it.
of a groove than disco.
All right.
But hey, if you go that
I'll-
direction, I'm happier.
I'll take it.
You can do this.
All right. See, now it's something different.
See what I mean?
As Bill Murray said in Groundhog's Day,
yeah,
anything different is good.
This is definitely disco right here. Definitely.
Yeah, somebody clapping and blowing whistles. Yes.
Well, that's what it is.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I agree with you.
And you get the dingo bells in there every once in a while.
The dingo bells.
Disco.
I didn't know they had a name.
I didn't know it had a name either, but I
Dingo bells.
I could go a little 90s.
I'm gonna kick you in the dingo bells.
This could be 90s right here. It could go this
Well,
way.
it's not his 90s dance party. It's just a dance party. I guess you're right. I guess there could be some techno, but
It's not really techno. This is more like of a disco leftover flavor, kind of a rave thing.
all right, that should be included into the rotation.
All right. Let's see. What else? What else we have? Oh, this is
No,
a
no,
little
that's,
groovy.
no, that-
This
no, that's
groovy
porn.
right here.
That's porn music right there.
Okay. All right.
Anytime
what-
you hear,
Okay.
now somebody's getting it on.
Could be. Hey, what's Burger Wolf doing right now? I mean, hey, here you go.
Well, you know he's touching himself. That's all I
Well,
know.
I mean, I hear the little funky disco light mix here. No. I mean, we
But
can
hey, at
come up.
least you have more than just one song, and now
Yeah,
you've
I
been
mean-
holding out on us all this time.
Well, I mean, I could come up with oh, here's one. This is a funky tuna right here. How about some funky?
Ah, I like the funk.
Yeah.
Funk me up, brother.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right. Well, so maybe tomorrow surprise us with a new tune.
Tomorrow or today?
Tomorrow. I mean, I'm sorry, in the next hour. Yeah,
No,
tomorrow.
I'm not going to do
Tomorrow
that.
at 3:30.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow. I'll
Don't
do
mess with
tomorrow.
Randy because you'll actually get in the automation. And all of a sudden, you'll be in the middle of watching Michigan State
Yeah,
versus
yeah.
Kansas State. Radio Ron will be like driving, listening, like yeah, and then all of a sudden, some funky music just starts playing
Yep,
out of
yep.
nowhere.
You're damn right.
That's the same song, though.
That's right.
We can't just.
That's
keep
what we're
using-
hearing today, Jack.
Why are we hearing that today? You just found other music.
I was given no sort of warning until now.
You just played a bunch of other music. You could just hit play on one of those again, and we're fine.
No, I can't.
Why are you so damn difficult?
I'm not.
You are.
I'm not.
You are.
I'm not difficult.
You are.
Not.
Are. Not. R2. There you go. How about that? What? What?
All right. You want me to play something different than
Well, just surprise us. Surprise
all right.
us
That's
in,
all right.
in the next hour. We got a lot of text here on the text line.
All right.
And we got to. So you just surprise us. I'm
All right.
really looking forward to
All right. All right.
whatever the hell it is you come
All
up
right.
with.
All right. Then.
888-368-1580. Lost Toby says it was Otani and the spirit of Suzuki. Randy's Chuckle says Major League Baseball should bring back the fun too. They should take a page or a banana peel from the Savannah Bananas. So here's the thing about that. I get it. That's like fun. That's like Harlem Globetrotters of baseball kind of thing. But it's almost clowning. It's almost too far if you expect Major League Baseball to do those same things. Is there anything, Randy, that the Savannah Bananas do that should be adopted by Major League Baseball?
Well,
Flaming bats.
Okay, that's more of the Harlem Globetrotters of
what I said,
baseball.
yeah.
And I can't see that for like a real game. That's sort of an exhibitional type of thing. I can't see that for the real baseball league. But I mean, the excitement that you had, what comes with that is just it's the purity of the sport itself. It's the passion of the players to go out and play the sport. It is the hitting the ball into the gaps. It is the moving a runner around with a quality bunt. It's making the game exciting again. It's not, some drunk douchebag in Manhattan that's trying to commission this league in to make sure that the game's 90 minutes long instead of letting it be a game of 3 hours and letting the game grow and flourish and be what it is. If you look at the World Baseball Classic, it's just the passion of the game. There was nothing about these games that were different or conjured up in any way to try to make anything other than the pure sport of baseball.
Kiss the Cook says, oh, so Japan won by playing fundamental baseball?
Yes.
Imagine that.
Exactly right.
And,
Thank you.
And by the way, the Japanese take pride in that. The fact that they don't have to resort to crushing the ball out of the park to win. So their baseball is built around that. Maybe that's a fundamental we should go back to, and maybe that's something our commissioner should talk about advertising more of. But
You think?
who knows? What's going on in his head.
Mr. Pringle says Abraham Lincoln once said, don't believe everything you read on the internet. And he says he read that on the internet. Straight Striper says Ralph has a limited window for his Lakers to string together those 6 straight wins now. He can pour all of you a shot of that whistle pig. He's going to owe me. Randy, you can take home the leftovers. Well, I get a nice steak dinner if you guys remember correctly. That was
I do
nice
recall.
steak
He
dinner
said
bet.
he said with all the confidence in the world about his very crappy team at the time. They're better than they were then, but they're still not good enough to win 6 in a row. And here we are. The season's almost over, and Ralph's bet is on life support.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if all of a sudden he ain't going to answer my calls.
Hey, Ralph, you want to go to dinner? Click.
Yeah. Well, I think I still owe him a lunch, but that's not the same thing as a dinner. First and 15 says, I'm all in on that NIT game that starts at 4. Keon, UAB Blazers or Vanderbilt Commodores? Game starts in 30 minutes.
I mean, I haven't paid any attention to the NIT stuff, but Vandy was really good this year. I thought they just were in the SEC where surprisingly.
There you go, first
a
and
bunch of
15.
teams were
Vandy,
good.
it's a lock.
I'm not saying it's a
Vandy,
lock.
it's a
Keon
lock.
Rose, lock.
Do not
You're on
do not
1580
do not
Fanatic.
quote me on that. Do not quote
Quote
me
him on that.
on
Make
that.
sure you tag his
If you-
internet and
Yes.
all the
No,
things
no,
there.
dude, you
Put a big picture of him right next to it.
all I'm saying is you do that at your own peril. If you bet Vandy and somehow UAB beats them, really, don't look at me.
Keon Rose says, bet the house on it.
I
I
told
guarantee
you
it. I
nothing
personally
of the sort.
guarantee it. I personally, here's
I-
my social security number. I guarantee it. Big George says,
My
what about
social-
some smooth jazz for Keon Rose's
No.
segment?
No.
No, that just bore the hell out of us.
I mean, I like jazz, but the smooth
Sure.
stuff is kind of
Okay,
not
jazz is
interesting.
good. Jazz is good on a sexy Saturday night or a soothing Sunday morning. That's
Yeah.
the best time for jazz.
all the
Yeah.
jazz I've
Oh, yeah.
ever liked, growing up was like, the bebop jazz, the up tempo
Oh, yeah,
stuff.
Give me that dirty jazz on a Friday night. Oh, yeah.
Mm.
The
Mhm.
smooth jazz, keep it.
Cardinal Art says, how about you play Tom Club, Genius of Love, Randy?
Oh, I know that song.
Mm.
Bruno
Oh, yeah, that song. It's in commercials all the time. Bruno Baller says, Jeffrey would like the Nazareth song called The Hair of the Dog. It has a line in it. Now you're messing with a son of a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
CK says, Randy, beer me. And what does Dusty Rhodes think of this funky disco stuff?
Dusty Rhodes is the American dream. Dusty Rhodes here. Listen, if it makes your hips move and your body groove, then Dusty Rhodes' American dream is all about it. Personally, myself, I like something with a little more twang in it. I like something with a little more hayseed in it. But listen, that's me. Okay, that doesn't mean it's you. All right, everybody is his own person. If you make your hips swayed from side to side, then the American dream is for it. Look, Daddy, if it makes you sexy when the lights are on, then then go ahead and play that song. That's my saying. Dusty Rhodes out.
Also, should be noted that no part of Dusty Rhodes sways or moves at this point because he's dead. And as far as hayseeds go, they probably could grow in the spot that his corpse is. All right, that's going to be enough of this nonsense. We got to move on. And when we come back, we are going to talk some Major League Baseball rules and some other things. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
And now a special motorcycle weather report from Progressive.
Well, today you can expect lots of cloud cover with 0% chance of raining on your parade because you'll be riding your motorcycle vroom vroom. That rumbling low pressure system beneath you should give way to a relaxing commute and the sudden urge to take the scenic route everywhere you go because dagnabbit, you're having fun out there. That's your forecast. Back to you.
This has been a special motorcycle weather report from Progressive, where every day's a beautiful day to ride with coverage from America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Get a quote today and see what you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
One trip down Scottsdale Road, and it's obvious snowbird season is here. You know what else is on Scottsdale Road? The absolute best restaurant to take your out-of-town friends and family to. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. No one does it better than Kasai, where talented Teppan chefs create the food, fire, and fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse is dinnertainment at its best, where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for any occasion. Choose from over 50 different items and combinations of teppanyaki. Looking for a great dining without the show? Kasai offers an awesome selection of Asian-inspired dishes and tasty sushi. Happy hour deals daily until 6 p.m. And enjoy outdoor dining on our heated patio. So whether here on a golfing trip, for spring training, or just to enjoy our Arizona sunshine, don't just take your guests to dinner. Take them to Kasai Japanese Steakhouse for dinnertainment. Visit KasaiScottsdale.com. That's KASAI Scottsdale.com or call 480-607-1114.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-279-0433 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-279-0433. That's 800-279-0433. What do you have to lose? Call 800-279-0433. Again, 800-279-0433.
Homeowners age 62 and older, now is time to act. This is Rob Kane, your retirement mortgage specialist and host of the Retire Right with Reverse Rob show on 1510 KFNN. Yes, listing prices are down, but home values still remain at very high levels. Don't wait to learn more about the new and improved home equity conversion mortgage. This is a safe and proven coordinated strategy in retirement, which will improve your monthly cash flow, lower your tax liabilities, and make your retirement portfolio last longer. Call me today, Reverse Rob, at 602-REVERSE, or on the web at www.reverserob.com.
This is Brent Musburger. Don't miss Pro Football Blitz, Saturday afternoons, right here on Arizona's sports betting station, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Stanley Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. First and 15, text in 888-368-1580. Says, damn it, Keon, I already took the Blazers. Oh, you better be wrong. Why do you put this on? You're talking about the NIT. Nobody cares.
Yeah, I mean, I when the tournaments start, I don't pay any attention to the NIT. It to me, the NIT has always been the not invited tournament. If you're in the NIT, you didn't get invited to the big dance, and I stopped caring.
Yeah, absolutely right there. So, well, let us know if you win a bet on the NIT. That's ballsy. You know,
I made a bunch of bets last night, but it was all NBA. I do not feel comfortable going into the NIT waters with my money in hand because I just I don't know enough. I don't know enough.
Well, I want to talk about Major League Baseball rule changes here for a moment, but before we do, Keon, did you bet on the Suns and Lakers?
I'm still thinking about that one. That was a tough one.
He doesn't want to admit that he's going to bet on the Lakers.
Yeah, that means that he didn't.
Yeah.
No, I just haven't. I haven't decided yet. That was a tough one.
Even better, he placed some dollars down on the Lakers.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll talk about
I did
that
not bet on the Lakers
in just a little bit. But first, Randy, I want to get your take. Major League Baseball has stepped in and said, "Okay, we have a clarification memo on the pitch clock rules." Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna change this up a little bit. We're gonna clarify some things, and so listen, the players are figuring out the pitch clock. They're figuring out how the thing works, and all the violations have gone down quite a bit since spring training started. But the clarification memo here's what it says. Let's see. They'll continue with the parameters of the pitch clock. All that. That's going to stay the same. And they're saying, well, it's I guess potential attempts to circumvent the rules is what they're addressing. So they're saying that they are changing replay review rules on potential violations of the infield shift ban, and saying that they're issuing, the teams will issue challenges after outs, hoping that one of the four infielders was positioned with his feet on the outfield grass, which would negate the out and return of the batter at the plate. And so they're saying, batted balls that only, the position of the defender fielding them could be challenged and not the other thing. So they're messing with that. They're also talking about malfunctions of the pitch comm units, and how to deal with that situation. New standards for bat boys and bat girls. They're basically saying, if your bat boy or bat girl ain't hustling, ain't doing it clean and doing it right, we're gonna step in and say that they can't do this anymore. They're going to impose stuff on you, because a lot of times if the bat boy or the bat girl, their performance isn't up to standard, well, that affects the clock, that affects the pace. And they're saying on brushback pitches and big swings, how they swing so hard they knock themselves over on the ground or something.
Yes.
Umpires will delay the start of the clock, and if the clock operator starts it early, they'll have the ability to waive off the timer.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough. The guy falls down. What are you going to do, right? In situations where pitchers find themselves away from the mound, whether to cover first base or backup throws to home or third base in foul territory, the 30-second between batter clock will be delayed. If it restarts when the pitcher is making a play at first or back on the infield grass, one backing plays over, it's fair territory thing. So they're saying, it waits until that's over. Also, leniency for catchers who end an inning on base or at bat. Umpires could turn off the 2-minute, 30-second in between clock at the 30-second mark if the catcher has made a reasonable effort to abide by the timer. They're placing the onus on hitters to restart the clock if they take a timeout. The hitters can call a timeout once in a bat. Previously, the clock was starting at 15 or 20 when players stepped into the batter's box and were alert, ready to go. So here are some of the new guidelines there. What are your thoughts on some of this? Does this help? Does it matter to you?
No, I think all this does is this will slow the game down again because now the batters will take advantage of calling a timeout anytime they want to. Pitchers, that's part of their job as a pitcher is to back up plays at home plate, first base, or third base, depending on what play is happening. So they'll be hustling all over the field. The bat girl, bat boy thing, that's ridiculous. The catcher, if the catcher is the last out in an inning, he's got to go back to the bench and he's got to put his gear back on. So that's what they're talking about there. But this is ridiculous. This whole thing is ridiculous. This is just nothing more than a laughing stock. Let me ask you a question. Did the World Baseball Classic need a pitch clock? No, it didn't. No,
that's a special thing. Like the World Series doesn't need a pitch clock. The Super Bowl doesn't need a pitch clock. There's certain things where you're watching and you're not really affected by the pace of play. But after 162 damn games and every one of these games taking 3.5 hours,
I can't do anything.
That does make a difference.
I can't do anything about that. And if you don't want to be there, then don't be there. Don't buy a ticket and don't go and shut the sport down. Or, you know what? Go there, enjoy the game, and shut up. That's what I say. This game's been fine for over 100 and some odd years. Why do we need a pitch clock? Second thing,
you say my way or the highway. People are going to take the highway, and that's the end of baseball. Is that what you want?
Then take the highway. I mean, I challenge him. Take the highway.
I almost would prefer that than making the sport not baseball to make some people happy who don't care. That like the people we're trying to cater to already don't care. And I don't think the half hour you're shortening the game by is going to make them care more. They're just not going to.
Well, later on, we'll have more discussion on how to make people care more about baseball without changing the fundamentals of what it is. What did everybody enjoy about the WBC? The fundamentals, the hustle, the way things were played, especially by the Japanese, the Mexicans, and
by everybody. Even the American teams were out there and people were enjoying the game.
Mike Trout was taking this so seriously. He was having fun, but he was like he doesn't get to play in the postseason because unfortunately he plays for the Angels. So he was
the closest he ever.
This was as big a stage as Mike Trout has ever been on.
I didn't think about that. This was his only World Series ever,
and he played
Poor
like
guy.
it, And I understand that obviously he wasn't consistent the entire World Baseball Classic, and he had some low moments. But the guy was playing his ass off. I thought Trey Turner was playing his ass off. Like the Americans cared too. And I just think that it's not just a world thing. I think kind of unshackling these guys from, having to worry about launch angle and have I hit enough home runs to hit my incentive and all this other stuff. When you freed them from that, that's some of the best baseball I've ever seen.
Well, and it's like I've said all along, and if we quit listening to all the analytics and just focus on the game itself and play the game fundamentally correct and quit worrying about launch angles and those nerds up in the front office that say if you hit a ball at exactly this degree of angle at this velocity, when a ball is coming in at this velocity, if X meets Y and then Y goes to Z, then you're going to hit a home run. If we just lock all that stuff out and get back to the basics of baseball, I think everybody will love it. And I want to address that one other rule change you were talking about. What happens in baseball a lot of times, infielders will shift when the pitcher is delivering a pitch. Sorry about that. So when a pitcher is getting ready to deliver a pitch, you'll see the middle infielders, especially, they will move either towards the center or to their left or right, depending on the batter, to get themselves in a more optimum fielding position for this particular batter, because they've done charts on all these batters and they want to get these guys in the right spot. Now, if they shift and they put their feet in the outfield grass at any time, that could be ruled illegal. And if the batter hits the pitched ball, they'll call it a dead play. The batter will return home and they will do it over again. And the infielder must keep his feet on the dirt. That's what they're talking about by this illegal shift and having a replay for it. And if you think that's going to speed the game up, it's not. Because now managers will use it. It's part of the cat and mouse game. They will stop the game and they'll call for these replays. They'll be bitching about that. They'll be screaming and yelling going on about, that middle infielder he was on the other side of second base. Call it replay. Take a look at it. So, I mean, really what you're gaining with this pitch clock, you're going to lose.
888-368-1580. Silly Wabbit says, if that girl and Bat Boy can't handle the job, who steps in? Batman? You might have Batman. Because the kids can't do it, you might have to get a grown-up.
Can you see the Caped Crusader and Batman out there at the same time running
If
bats?
you had Batman on the home side and Robin on the visitors, every ballpark
Would be
has the
full.
same.
Yeah.
You'd have Batman and Robin always.
Oh, yeah.
Just Batman and Robin. Nobody else. No more kids. Sorry, kids. Go home. Pace of play is keeping you up too late anyway. Big Stanky says, good afternoon, guys. Keon, I've been doing 4-leg first quarter over under parlays. Did that make sense? 4-leg first quarter over under parlays.
How's that been treating you?
I still don't even understand what the hell that means.
Basically,
I thought he was talking about lifting weights. He's doing squats.
No, 4-leg parlays, but about the first half of games as opposed to the over-under for the entire game.
Big Stanky, that seems complicated.
It's oddly specific, and I want to know how it's going for you.
All right, Big Stanky. What's up? Baker's Cocky Hen says, it's like regular season NBA. Nobody cares because each game is in an end of itself, and it's meaningless when you play so many. People like the games when the guys are giving out all out effort. That's why football is king. They go all out almost every play, while the other sports don't. That's the difference.
Yeah, I don't know what the answer is. Shorten the season, maybe. I don't know what the answer is, but quit trying to maintain some sort of semblance of order on a game that there's no clock. You can't put a clock in a game that has no clock. You just can't do that.
Baker's Cocky Hens also wants to know what happens if the umpire doesn't get their equipment together fast enough. Do they get booted? I think that'd be great.
That's what I mean.
I'd like to see that happen.
Angel Hernandez tossing himself out of a game. I'm sorry, guys. I just wasn't ready.
Like that.
Yeah, but look at him. He'll be doing that close to dinner time. Big George says, actually, Keon, back in the 1930s and 40s and 50s, the NIT was the penultimate college basketball tournament, and the winner of the NIT was considered the national champion. So if Eisenhower or Truman were still president, the NIT would be very important.
And I would be watching that. But unfortunately, I was born in 1990. So I'm alive now when the NIT means diddly to me.
You can't even say okay boomer to that. You have to say okay History Channel, because that's before that. That's not even gonna work on this.
Eisenhower. I mean,
that's what you say to old people. Okay, History Channel. You're too old to be a boomer. Hell, I think that's a good insult for anybody. Okay, History Channel.
Dwight Eisenhower was busy constructing the interstate highway system.
Yeah.
And back then the NIT was king. I mean, what are we doing?
Anyway, the only other baseball thing I got is old Jose Altuve. You got hit by a ball in the hand.
Yep.
He's out of action for about 2 months. So I'm sure Major League Baseball is thrilled with that.
Well, Major League Baseball doesn't care, but the team is not happy about it, and that could be some recourse the next time the World Baseball Classic comes around. And you may not see certain stars show up because of their team not wanting them to be there.
That's hour one. Hour two is next. 1580, The Fanatic.
Are you working way too hard for way too little? There's never been a better time to consider a career in IT. You could enjoy a recession-resistant career in a rewarding field with plenty of growth opportunities and often flexible work environments. Go to My Computer Career and take the free career evaluation. You could start your new career in months, not years. Take classes online or on campus, and financial aid is available to qualified students, including the GI Bill. Now is the time. mycomputercareer.edu.
One trip down Scottsdale Road, and it's obvious snowbird season is here. You know what else is on Scottsdale Road? The absolute best restaurant to take your out-of-town friends and family to. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse. No one does it better than Kasai, where talented Teppan chefs create the food, fire, and fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse is dinnertainment at its best, where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for any occasion. Choose from over 50 different items and combinations of teppanyaki. Looking for a great dining without the show? Kasai offers an awesome selection of Asian-inspired dishes and tasty sushi. Happy hour deals daily until 6 p.m. And enjoy outdoor dining on our heated patio. So whether here on a golfing trip, for spring training, or just to enjoy our Arizona sunshine, don't just take your guests to dinner. Take them to Kasai Japanese Steakhouse for dinnertainment. Visit KasaiScottsdale.com. That's KASAI Scottsdale.com or call 480-607-1114.
Exclusive coverage of the NCAA men's basketball tournament on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic is presented by Harmon Solar, Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, American Furniture Warehouse, Desert Diamond Arena. Don't miss a moment of the action, the upsets, the last-second buzzer beaters that make this tournament madness. The NCAA men's basketball tournament exclusively on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Progressive presents 10 things on a food truck owner's to-do list that are harder than getting a commercial auto insurance quote. Stocking the fridge, prepping the stations, finding employees that get along well, finding employees that actually do their job. Looking at you, Gary. Balancing the books, balancing the flavors, having a fresh menu and fresh produce and fresh meat, but never a fresh mouth. But the easiest thing on a small business owner's to-do list? Seeing if you can save on commercial auto insurance. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K242 Rollins Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And this is it. Last 2 hours you get of this show until next Monday, because Thursday and Friday, we have the Westwood One presentation of the Sweet 16. That's right. We got all the games in some form or another. Right here on 15A The Fanatic. Then this weekend on Saturday, I don't know why, but we have the Division II Championship at 11:45 a.m. Don't worry about that. But what really matters is we've got the Elite Eight on both days on Saturday and Sunday, 2:30 p.m. So all your March Madness is being mad right here. No, I don't think that. No,
Angry. All of your
pissed.
March Madness is angry.
It's about right. See, it's like, you remember when your mom got mad or her lips disappeared like this? That's what this is.
Call you by all 4 of your names.
Yeah, and you're like, I don't even know you, woman. 888-368-1580. Jagdog says, Jeffrey, second pair of tickets you give away should be for best song idea for Keon's dance party.
No.
Well, Randy has just completely shut you down.
So I guess that's the end of that then.
Sorry, Jagdog, that is not going to happen.
From now on, this will be Keon Rose's dance party song.
That was the what was that?
Andrew
Colonel
Lux.
Andrew Lux
Yeah.
theme song we used to read.
Alabama versus San Diego
My
State.
dearest mother, I write you from the battlefield today.
I'll just go lay down. I don't even care. That put me to sleep. Baker's Cocky Hen says, I like the no shift rule. It should make more base hits, which will make it easier to make money betting.
Did you see the?
He just cares about the betting.
If you saw the WBC World Baseball Classic, I'm using an acronym now because I'm
Yes.
tired of saying World Baseball Classic.
I think
when
we've
could
cracked
say
that code. Yeah.
WBC.
Sure.
They had the shift in the WBC, and guess what happened? People didn't hit into the shift. They hit to the opposite field. They hit where guys weren't. And if you continue to do that, the shift will go away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just
But
saying.
that doesn't matter to Baker's Cocky Hens. He's just trying to make a dollar. And I respect that.
Hmm.
Mr. Wilbur says, so clear this up for me. All right. When we have the remote where everybody brings their meat to Randy's house, and if Randy were to somehow burn himself, if he misses work, could work cover that as workman's comp because he truly was serving us, his people? Well, no, because nobody's invited to Randy's house.
No.
We really aren't either, I don't think.
No, that's not true. That's not
But
true.
no, that never going to happen, Wilbur. Okay. Hear me. I'd say read my lips, but hear my words, Mr.
boy.
Wilbur.
Wow, that was painful.
Yeah. There's no get together at Randy's house.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for you guys. Big Sankey says, all right, so here's what I'm talking about, Keon. I one of my my rule of thumb is I like to do 2 overs, 2 unders. So here's what he's got.
I like my eggs over easy.
I like a nice scramble or a nice omelet.
Yeah, oh yeah, omelets.
Yeah.
They're
Omelets
always a
are-
home run.
Omelets are great, but I pretty much just eat scrambled.
Do you really?
Yeah.
See, I like them over easy,
That
especially
means you're
if I
bad
have,
at
like,
making eggs.
hash browns.
That's just the way I like to eat them.
Huh.
So I can make eggs, but my wife is really good at making eggs.
Oh yeah,
But,
Miss Kim
I-
makes the best eggs.
Well,
She
I
makes
never
them
get-
sunny side up, but she makes them after she does the bacon, and then she uses the bacon grease and splashes it up on the egg.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'll do
Oh.
it. That'll do it. I mean, what I mean by that'll do it, that'll send you to the hospital.
Mm.
I like them over medium, and I don't feel like I should be asking for over medium because I feel like that's a lot of work. I feel like
You
that's a
don't-
lot of work for
You
the
don't
person
feel like
making
you
eggs.
should ask an over medium?
I don't. I like over medium with
You
toast.
mean like when
I like
you-
runny yolk.
When Dinah comes to the table there at your favorite cafe and says, "How do you like your eggs, honey?"
Oh, over medium there because I don't. She's getting paid. I'm talking about my wife. I don't want to make her stand there and have to kind
I
of
see.
deal with my eggs. So I'm just like, however you want to make them, because they're always good. So I don't
Listen,
mind.
I prefer my wife to deal with my eggs.
I feel like you're trying to make this something, but I'm not really following what that means. Just
It doesn't matter because Randy's the one who entertained himself just now.
I like Miss Kim to deal with my eggs.
fair enough for me. Booker Wolf says, would anyone like some of Randy's homemade wine? He stomped the crap out of them grapes by foot. He.
Who said that?
Booger Wolf.
Who else?
Again?
Yeah.
Booger
I
Wolf.
can't stomp grapes, Booger Wolf, if I have hammer toes. Everyone knows that.
Booger Wolf. Look, I just have to know.
Hammer
Are you
toes sound
secretly Rex Ryan? You text about feet
Yeah, he
an
does.
awful lot.
Yeah, it's
Like
very
just like
fixated.
enough to be uncomfortable.
It's
Are
like
you
Rex
Rex Ryan secretly? Because we
Like
do
he's
have a lot of people who listen to the Daily Blender,
Yeah.
famous folks you wouldn't suspect. And I'm just saying, you sound like Rex Ryan with how often you talk about feet.
Pretty sure Larry Fitzgerald listens to the show.
No, it's not. It's not Rex Ryan.
Okay.
It's a 480 area
Okay.
code.
Fair enough.
Maybe he's got a burner phone.
Why would he have an East Valley burner phone?
Foot fetish.
Yeah, I'll allow it. Big Sankey says he's won several of those parlays. And I'm trying to make heads or tails of this picture he sent, but here's what I guess, is this in game, out of game, same game? I really don't understand. What you should do is post that up on the Twitter and show them there. I feel like I'm not going to do your text a good service there. Sorry, Big Stanky. Fighting Wampa says, you know who makes the best eggs? Chickens. You are incorrect. Ever seen an ostrich egg? Ever seen a dinosaur egg?
Huge.
Mr. Wilbur says Baker's Cocky Hens. Sounds like he's bringing the pork. Charlotte's Web ain't saving that pig today. Bacon. It's a lot going on there. Big George says, question for Randy and Jeffrey. Since the Final Four is going to be back in Glendale next year.
Excuse me. Pardon me.
Like one time I slip and say, well, I guess I'm canceled. The Final Four will be back in Glendale next year. Will you guys be broadcasting from? No, I'm not even going to let you finish the text. No, we're not going anywhere. No, unless I get paid a lot of money, I ain't going nowhere.
We barely make it into the damn studio. You think we're going to go to Glendale for the Final Four and do a remote broadcast for no apparent reason?
We had a Super Bowl in our city, and we were like, yeah, pass.
We could have gone.
It's a hard no.
We could have gone.
It wouldn't have been any effort at all. We really could have made it.
All three of us could have gone for free. We could just call it and say, yeah, we're from the radio station. Oh, here you go. Here's your parking pass. Here's your ticket. Remember, here's the rules. Don't be hassling people. Randy, stop drinking with Al Michaels, that sort of thing. But yeah, we could have gone for free. And we didn't. We couldn't be bothered. We didn't care.
You don't believe in miracles?
Mr. White, you're going to have to go. Sir. Sir.
Again.
Straight Striper says, you got it all wrong. The best way to eat an egg is at the rokery. Yeah, where's the rokery? The poached egg Benedict with filet mignon and crab. Oh. I just had a culinary orgasm right there.
Foodgasm, if you will.
Wow. No, mine was very, very technical. I guess we could shorten it to foodgasm.
Ooh. Yeah, just to be brief.
Where is the rokery? Is that like Al Roker's house? He didn't look like he's eating too many of them anymore. So
and here's the temperature in your neck of the woods.
Dead. Bruno Baller says, I remember Jeffrey going to the Phoenix Open once. Yeah, we all went to that. That was a part of just, being part of something, I hated it. 888-368-15.
It's also isn't the Phoenix Open much closer to the station?
Yes.
Yeah,
right down the road.
Yeah, just like it's just so much less of a headache.
We had special passes.
For you and I, but
Yeah.
Jeffrey, it's still a pain in the ass.
Yeah. I didn't enjoy that at all. Can I just tell you, listen, we love going out and seeing you guys. Don't get me wrong. But the Phoenix Open for us, for you, oh my God, it's a party. Oh, we're going to go through, we're going to drink some beer, we're going to see them silly girls on Wounded Deer Hill, going to go to the 16th hole, and oh, look, there's a streaker. Hey, let's get some food. Hey, it's a lot of fun. We're going to dress goofy and fun. For us, it's trying to do this, but in high winds, direct sunlight and heat
with drunks
screaming at you for 3 straight hours.
I remember I was at the station last year when we did it, but I saw on the camera there was a drunk guy that just kept trying to walk up and mess with the camera.
Yeah,
and just because he was very drunk. And that's it. That's all. Just try to do a radio show with that.
Had one guy try to take the camera one year. Is this free?
Yep.
No, sir. Sir.
I'm always up for a good time. So for when we do that, it's for us. And for you, it's not for us. That's all. Big Stanky says, sorry guys, don't use the Twitter, barely use the Facebook. Give me your email address, Q.
Why?
Go ahead. I'll send it to him. Blender at 1580 the Fanatic. Or just go look at the text line. Go look at the text line. Don't stay on there too long. But find Big Stanky's text. Go look at his damn bet so you can comment on it. I don't have to sit here and read the damn thing. Big George says, well, you may not broadcast live from the Final Four next year, but can we expect some free tickets? No.
No.
We're trying to make money here. We're probably going to scalp those. Random texter. That's a joke. We would never do that. Random texter says, Randy, I highly doubt that the great Larry Fitzgerald listens to this show simply because a former host scared the crap out of him with his creeper interview voice. Remember?
Larry.
We had Larry Fitzgerald on the show. We're sitting there at a steak restaurant. I'm having a great conversation with him. He's bonding with Randy. We're doing great. And so I'm asking him these questions. And what's his name? Decides he kind of gives me that look like it's my turn to ask a question. All right, go ahead, Larry. Like he was so nervous, his voice did not activate. And Larry just kind of went, "Whoa!" He kind of look at his. The interview ended very shortly after.
Oh no!
Backed up a little.
So I really think you're right, random texter. Intern at the main event says, "Yeah, the number of drunk people trying to request songs when you guys were live at the Open was pretty great. I just kept telling people I'd write them down for them. Your song will be on in 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere." Oh man, Bugger Roll says, "How come every time Keon has a toothache, they send him to the proctologist? Because he's a butt face."
Wow.
I see he's been doing butt face jokes a lot too.
Yeah.
So it's
Booger
not just
Wolf
hammer
again?
toes. Yeah, it's Booger Wolf. Halfy Lefty says duck eggs are delicious.
A little greasy, aren't they?
Never had a duck egg. Ducks themselves are greasy. You know, like the French. But you know, I don't know. Some French guys listening. What? Sorry. I am a little bit greasy. CK says, "I'm with Keon. Over easy, over medium. Only people I see eating those style eggs are old people. You know why? Because young people can't do nothing." There's a thing that came out, and you know I wasn't going to talk about it, but since you brought it up, it's really a sad state of affairs that this next generation can't do anything for themselves.
Yeah,
they 90% of parents say their teens lack skills to do basic household chores. A survey asked parents of teenagers how their kids were with chores. 90% said, yeah, they couldn't survive on their own. 29% of kids can't make a bed. 41 would struggle to iron a shirt. 31% can't even fold sheets or even clothing properly. 18% of teens leave dirty dishes in the bedroom. 26% never clean the bedroom. 38% can't clean a toilet. 19% don't even know how to take out the trash. And 23% don't think their teens could effectively vacuum a room. Guess what, parents? It's your fault.
You raised them.
They're worthless. And I got to deal with them next time I go through the car wash or the drive-through. Your kids are worthless because you're not teaching them nothing and you're pandering to them and you're like, okay, well, it's okay, fine. And you're handing them money to go out and do things and they don't have to earn anything. And there's no consequences for anything and they don't care. The kids don't know how to do anything because you never made them do anything. So, yes.
But that's not why I eat scrambled eggs.
And it's not old people that would eat all them eggs. Anybody would eat them eggs if some damn kids knew how to make them.
I don't know. My grandma used to make me scrambled eggs when I was a kid. I like scrambled eggs. That's what I eat.
That's also another fine thing. Just eat what you want. Choro was on the Twitter giving me a hard time because I can't remember what we were talking. Somebody talked about something, and I was like, "Yeah, okay. If you cook a steak, well done. That's an abomination." It didn't say it was a man card violation. It says it's an abomination, and it's just sad. And so
it's a waste of a perfectly good steak.
So, right. And so Choro jumps in on this and he starts questioning me because, there was old Berg sitting there. Right. And he's asking me about hot dogs. He says, ketchup on hot dogs. I said, no, that's normal. And he says, yeah, if you're 5 years old. I'm like, what are you talking about? And is that a regional thing? And that's what I said. I don't know if it
has to be
a regional thing, or I grew up eating hot dogs with ketchup. Now I'll slap on some relish, maybe some chili and cheese or whatever. But you grow up and you knowingly eat the worst of animal meat parts in a casing, smooshed all up together. Does it really matter anymore what you put on it? That's not the same thing as destroying a fine cut of steak with A1 or ketchup or whatever. That's different. But a hot dog, you're going to give people crap about a hot dog?
The reason why the steak is a worse thing to waste is because of just how much steak costs. Steak is expensive. If you waste a cut of steak, you just wasted a lot of money. If you waste a hot dog, okay, I don't know. You ruin a hot dog. You eat it in 5 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, I don't see what the big debate is. I sometimes have a hot dog with ketchup and mustard.
I'll have a hot dog with ketchup and mayonnaise. or even just some cheese. I'll even do what people say is the unthinkable. I'll dip a hot dog uncooked into peanut butter and just eat it like that.
Ooh, can't do that, but
Haven't done that.
If that's your
I'll
jam,
do
that's
that.
Ever
your jam.
put peanut butter on bologna? It's the same thing.
I have not ever done that either.
You should try it. It's good.
Oh, we'll see what I can do.
Poor Keon, he's like, I was hungry for a second, and then I wasn't.
And now it's gone.
Just saying. Big Stanky says, Randy, I went to that place and they had amazing eggs. The place.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're good. I'm telling you.
Bala 51 says, wow, parents sure are worthless these days. Not all of them, but if your kids are worthless, that's on you. And thanks for making this world even harder for us as we get older. Mr. Wilbur says, damn it, Kyler, get off that Game Boy. What are you going to do with your life?
Always comes back to Kyler Murray for some reason.
Poor little guy. CK says that horrible deflection doesn't justify over easy and over medium. It's just simply disgusting. Exactly, Keon. That's not why I eat scrambled eggs.
What are you talking about?
I
don't know
love
what you're
runny
talking
yolk.
about. I love
Dip my
having-
toast in that.
Yeah, you get your toast in there and you
nom.
sop all that yolk up.
Mm-hmm.
A nice buttery piece of toast. What are you talking about?
Random texter says, I can attest to kids doing household chores terribly. Raven Kid is terrible. No matter how many times I show him, he does it the same way. He handles a cleaning rag like he's pinching salt. And I don't think he knows what soap or hot water is. Well, that kid's got to smell great.
Oh, no. I was bad at doing chores when I was a kid, too. Until I did so many of them, I wasn't.
Hey, random texter. So whose fault is it? Yours or your wife's?
Oh, no.
I think it's a fair question. Booger Wolf says, Keon, do you like scrambled eggs and ketchup? You just moved up a notch on my list. If you do, you'll be at number one notch. One.
Sorry, I don't really have ketchup with my eggs. I just go salt and pepper.
If I have a fried egg sandwich, I'll put ketchup on it.
Ketchup.
Okay,
I'll
yeah.
mix it in.
I mean, I'm not opposed to it. Like if it's there, but I'm not. If it was my eggs and I had to put stuff on it, I'm just going to go salt and pepper.
I put a little
and be
ketchup
done.
on there, maybe some hot sauce. Get a little Macayo's hot sauce and mix it in there. Oh my God.
I do like the Tabasco with the eggs sometimes.
Oh yeah.
My wife hates it when the waitress comes up and says, how would you like your eggs? How would your wife like her eggs? I said, fertilized. All right. Yeah. And then nobody likes that joke. No, it gets uncomfortable. People at
cannot
other
imagine
tables
why.
ask to move. It's always a bad moment. The Jet says peanut butter on pancakes is the best. Of course, you have to use the syrup. Oh, yeah. That's good stuff. Or you mix the peanut butter into the batter and cook it that way. It's very good. Fighting Wampa says, Keon, you ever try peanut butter and ramen?
No.
That's kind of like the
Can't
Thai
say I
food. They put the peanuts and stuff. That
Yeah.
could have a similar sort of taste to it.
I know I do
screwing
have
with
a-
this or just invented something.
I do have a bottle of the peanut sauce that they put in there. So I use that, but not peanut butter specifically now.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, I only eat hot dogs so well done they're completely charred or shriveled up. Oh, yeah, I'll put mine in the one hot dog in the microwave, 42 seconds. It will at both ends, but at least I know everything in there's dead, and then I'll put my ketchup on there. All right, we got to take a break. And when we come back, it's time to see what Mr. Keon Rose is going to prognosticate about the NCAA Sweet 16 tournament that is starting tomorrow at 3 p.m. Here on the big radio station. This is the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
If you have an IRA or 401k, please listen closely. My name is Jason Hansen. I'm a former CIA officer and New York Times bestselling author. Throughout my career, let's just say I've been in some hairy situations. And I believe right now, the biggest threat facing Americans is they need to protect their wealth, which is exactly what I'm doing for my wife and 6 kids. And I believe the ultimate safe haven is physical gold and silver. You can protect your hard-earned retirement assets with a tax-free loophole that allows you to convert your retirement into physical gold and silver. The folks I use are Advantage Gold, and believe me, I've investigated the heck out of all types of people. Advantage Gold is the nation's highest rated gold company. They have the best process, pricing, and service. If you want to get your free gold and silver investment kit, please contact Advantage Gold right now, and you'll see how easy it is to protect yourself with precious metals. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000. 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
Call 800-900-8000.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCullum from the main event here on 1580 The Fanatic. Major League Baseball spring training is in full swing, and the World Baseball Classic is wrapping up. Can the U.S. win it? And Merrill Kelly gets the start. Sun season is winding down. Can they stay out of the play-in game? And March Madness continues at the end of the week, and the NFL free agency continues. So join me, Stephen McCollum, on the main event, Monday through Friday, noon to 2 p.m. here on 1580, 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
Progressive presents 10 things on a food truck owner's to-do list that are harder than getting a commercial auto insurance quote. Stocking the fridge, prepping the stations, finding employees that get along well, finding employees that actually do their job. Looking at you, Gary. Balancing the books, balancing the flavors, having a fresh menu and fresh produce and fresh meat, but never a fresh mouth. But the easiest thing on a small business owner's to-do list? Seeing if you can save on commercial auto insurance. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
Homeowners age 62 and older, now is time to act. This is Rob Kane, your retirement mortgage specialist and host of the Retire Right with Reverse Rob show on 1510 KFNN. Yes, listing prices are down, but home values still remain at very high levels. Don't wait to learn more about the new and improved home equity conversion mortgage. This is a safe and proven coordinated strategy in retirement, which will improve your monthly cash flow, lower your tax liabilities, and make your retirement portfolio last longer. Call me today, Reverse Rob at 602-REVERSE, or on the web at www.reverserob.com.
It's that time of year when the sound of a ball on the hardwood floor turns our attention to college basketball. Layup is good! Listen live to all the action, drama, and excitement that March Madness brings. Every call, every shot, every epic buzzer beater.
It's good!
Your exclusive home to hear all the action of the NCAA men's basketball tournament is right here. 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Today, the Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, and the Jet says, did you know that 15 of the coaches in the Sweet 16 have never won the national title? That should make for some damn good basketball right there, is what he says. Well, let's find out. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for Keon Rose's NCAA March Madness Tournament Sweet 16 dance party. Yeah,
there you go.
Did I say it right? Because there was a lot of words to say there. I can't.
Yeah, there were a lot of words, but yeah, you landed. You stuck the landing.
All right, let's just go in the order of appearance here on 1580 The Fanatic. 3 p.m. Tomorrow. That's when the broadcast starts, about 3:30. Michigan State takes on Kansas State. Number 7 Michigan State, number 3 Kansas State. And we really would like to have Radio Ron in a good mood. And well, I guess the big question is, will he be? What is your, now don't be politically correct, what is your prediction?
Yeah, this is going to be a great game. And I feel like I'm going to probably repeat this a lot because there are a ton of great games on the docket in the Sweet 16. You got Tom Izzo. We know all about him. This is Tom Izzo's 15th Sweet 16. I mean, this guy wins a lot in March, and he's going up against a guy in Jerome Tang, who I think his story, his college coaching story is just beginning. You know, he doesn't have all of the experience and all of the accolades, but what he does have is a group of guys that are willing to play for him. I think one of the stars of the tournament so far has been Kansas State's Marquise Noel. He's 5'8", but he doesn't play like it. I mean, the guy plays like a giant. He's got a huge heart, but he's also got limitless range, can get to the basket seemingly at will. You know, he's had 45 points total in the tournament so far, which is the leader of the tournament by far. I think that, you know, that Kansas State is going to pose a lot of problems for Michigan State. But here's what I'll say about Michigan State, because Kansas State loves to get to the basket. They love to get to the rim and really make teams pay. Michigan State is one of the best teams in college basketball right now at defending the rim. The 44.7% shooting for other teams against Michigan State at the rim. That is how good they've been on the defensive side of the ball. And I think that if any team can knock Kansas State off of what it is that they're trying to do, then Michigan State is going to be it. I'm actually going to take the Spartans here a lot because I think what Kansas State does well, Michigan State is really good at stopping. And that's it's a matchup thing. I think the matchup just favors the Spartans here. And also,
Well-
when you have one of the greatest college basketball coaches of all time, and the only coach, since we had the texter mention that stat just now, the only coach that's won the damn thing, he's the only one left. So I'm going to go Tom Izzo and old Sparty.
In no way at all is that kissing up to the boss. Not even a little bit. The owner, as a Michigan State fan, I don't know. That's the kind of thing he might not even believe you. And just think
I don't
you're
know
pandering.
no, I don't know about that. See, Marquise Noel, I really like the guy, but he's had 9 turnovers in this tournament. Michigan State is really good at forcing turnovers. They forced 11 versus USC in the first round. And when they played Marquette, who was a tournament favorite, when they played them in Big East action, they forced 16 turnovers. I'm not pandering. I really think Michigan State can win this game.
The Jet says, it's Keon from Brooklyn. He keeps saying tournament wrong. How do you say tournament?
I say tournament.
I don't understand. What are you talking about, Jet?
What? No, you know, if it means anything, I got family in Brooklyn.
Mr. Wilbur's pouting, Randy.
I'm sorry to hear that.
He said, I bet Randy would invite Tom Izzo and Radio Ron over his house for a remote. They wouldn't even have to bring meat.
Damn right.
Yeah, back to Keon Rose's college basketball dance party here. All right, so he has chosen Michigan State. Let's move on to the next game. Arkansas, number 8, versus UConn at number 4. Are we chasing chalk on this, or are you giving Arkansas a fighting chance?
Yeah, I'm not just gonna give Arkansas a fighting chance. I'm gonna take Arkansas.
Hello.
And the reason why is I really do think that UConn struggles against the pick and roll a lot. You know, they've got a big guy down low who can really help them defensively in Adam Sanogo, and who's also going to score a lot of his own points. The guy's like 6'9", 245 pounds. He's going to throw his weight around, and he's going to be able to get to the basket whenever he wants. But when it comes to pick and roll defense, UConn really struggles. You know, Iona was able to score 15 points against them pick and roll. Marquette was able to score 19 points against them pick and roll. Arkansas, really damn good at the pick and roll. That's a large part of what their game is. They also like to just play up tempo. One of the things I'm looking forward to in this game, you got Dan Hurley on one side, you got Eric Musselman on the other side. These are two of the most demonstrative, angsty coaches pretty much in the entire tournament left. The sideline reactions when players screw up, it's going to be absolutely priceless. Eric Musselman, of course, when they won their last game and upset, won in the upset, he took his shirt off, which nobody needed to see. And I hope that does not happen again. Really, really don't. But I'm going to still take Arkansas. But Eric Musselman, keep your shirt on, dude. Just keep it on.
For everybody who's ever got caught up in the moment and regretted it, he should be one of them.
But I don't think he does.
The Jet says that you say tournament instead of tournament. You say tournament?
I guess I do. I
like
didn't realize that was a wrong way to pronounce it.
See, Jet, that's what happens when you spend any kind of prolonged time in Texas. I'm sorry, it's just going to happen.
I don't know. I lived in the South for a very long time.
Yeah,
and I'm sorry.
Yeah, we are too. Baker's Cocky Hen says Michigan State is making the Final Four. Okay, now Keon, you just chose Michigan State to beat Kansas State. Can you see them actually making the Final Four realistically? Because that means they got to get through the Elite 8 after Kansas State.
Yeah, boy, I think that's going to be.
If you follow the bracket on them.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who they would have to play next here. I can't remember off the top of my head. But again, when you have the most experienced and one of the winningest coaches in the entire tournament, I don't think that it's a stretch to say you're going to the Final Four. It's only a couple of games away, and I just think that when you've gotten to this point, you know, you deserve that credit, especially if you're Tom Izzo. I wouldn't be surprised if they made it there.
All right, so if Michigan State beats Kansas State, they would end up playing the winner of Tennessee
and FAU. Oh, they can absolutely, they can absolutely make it to the Final Four because Tennessee's wounded right now, dealing with some injuries that were season enders, and FAU has some weaknesses. We'll talk about FAU here in a second.
All right, so who did you pick you picked Arkansas.
I did pick Arkansas, yeah.
Number 9, Florida Atlantic versus number 4, Tennessee. Who do you got, Keon?
I am surprisingly taking Tennessee in this. And not because I don't like Tennessee, not because I don't trust Tennessee, but I honestly thought that, you know, when they had those injuries with Vescovi and then more recently Zakai Ziegler, like those are two big time guards for you. And I really thought Ziegler was playing well for Tennessee, not just well, like really damn good. And then he goes down with the ACL tear. And I thought, boy, here it goes. Tennessee basketball. They're kind of done. They don't really shoot the ball particularly well, but it doesn't matter because Tennessee's specialty is defense. They play defense, and they play defense physically. Dusty May is the head coach of FAU. And when they asked him, what do you have to do against Tennessee? Dusty May said, we're going to have to learn the rules of Australian rugby, because that is how physical Tennessee is. They don't mind dragging you down to their level because they know that they're not a great shooting basketball team, but they don't mind beating you up, grabbing, holding, whatever the officials will let them get away with. They'll play within the bounds of that, and they'll pull you down to their level. And once you're down there, it's anybody's game. And Tennessee's really good at winning some of these close ones. The way that you beat Tennessee here, if you're FAU, you utilize the 3-ball, shoot from range. They're very good at that. But also you've got to post up, because that's where Tennessee's defense really struggles, is in the post game. And you can pretty much post up from anywhere. The problem that FAU is going to have if they do that is that they're a much smaller basketball team. So that's going to obviously be a giant issue. But because Tennessee is going to make this a physical game, they're going to turn it into a bar fight, I'm going with the Vols.
All right, so let me give you a little history here. Gonzaga beat GCU in the first round. Then Gonzaga beat the team that beat Arizona State University in the first round, TCU. So now what we have is number 3 Gonzaga taking on UCLA. All right, so keeping in mind the history of Gonzaga's trajectory, what does this mean to UCLA? Can Gonzaga beat UCLA and continue forward?
They absolutely can, and I'm going to take them to do that. UCLA having an amazing season. Mick Cronin is obviously a fantastic coach, but he's 0-2 against Mark Few and these Gonzaga Bulldogs. And that's gonna. There's a reason for that. I think. I think that part of it is UCLA. Their key to winning all the time is defense. It's not necessarily on the offensive side of the ball. And Gonzaga is able to generate a lot of points. And obviously, they're going to ride Drew Timme to whatever offensive success they wind up having. Drew Timme has had 9 career 20-point games in the NCAA tournament, which is tied for the most ever. So if he has another one of those, he will be the leader in that particular category. Also, a big issue is that Jalen Clark is not playing for UCLA. He is their top defender. And that bothers me a lot, because now you're going to ask, Adam Bonner, who is a freshman, to really step up, or Kenneth Nwuba to really step up as well. And he's only playing really because they don't have that depth now that they have on the front line, where you're going to have to stop Drew Timme. And I just don't know if they have the horses for that. I'm going to go with Gonzaga.
All right, let's go to the text line real fast. Let's see. Big Stanky says Michigan State versus Tennessee is a rematch of the 2010 Elite Eight, where Michigan State won by a point. Swave Dave says go Spartans. The Jet says, you saying tournament's not wrong. He says we play on the East Coast a lot, and that's how they say it. He just wanted to point out you sound like you're at East Coast.
I mean, maybe because I have family in Brooklyn. I go visit them. Maybe I picked it up. I have no idea.
You sound absolutely not New Yorker.
Me neither. I don't think so, but
tournament. Big George says, now I'd much rather have Dan Hurley as our head coach. ASU has the bad Hurley brother. Oh, come on, George, let it go.
Oh my God.
Is Dan Hurley the better Hurley coach?
I mean, he is right now.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
And he's coaching UConn. He does a tremendous job, but no, I don't have the hate for Bobby Hurley that Big George has. We all thought they weren't going to make the tournament, and then they made it. And somehow we're not giving Bobby Hurley credit for that.
All right, so now we're done with Thursday's Sweet 16 games. Let's move on to Friday. Friday at 3:30 p.m. San Diego State, number 5, taking on Alabama at number 1. Yeah, it feels like like if Mesa Community College took on ASU. That's what that feels like. How bad of a hurt is Alabama going to put on San Diego State?
I'm going to take Alabama to win, but I don't know that it's going to be this massive hurting.
I predict a blowout.
San Diego State has a pretty good offense. It's all right. Where the reason why they're here, the reason why they're playing Alabama is that they have an elite defense. I mean, it is a top tier. And they have a lot of guys who can really score the basketball. And Matt Bradley's somebody that really stands out to me, 6'4", 230 pounds. So in a lot of ways, he kind of plays in the college version of the game like a LeBron James, where you really can't stop him from getting to his spot because he's just bigger and stronger than you. And then on top of that, he's a great shot creator. So he'll go out and be able to make the kind of shot he wants to. And he's able to do that pretty consistently. And he's not the only guy for San Diego State, but I think he's the best one. So I'm going to give San Diego State a close game here. I just don't think that they're beating Alabama because Alabama also has a great defense. I would say probably not as good as San Diego State's, but their offense is A++. And their head coach, Nate Oates, has completely bought into basketball analytics. They only shoot the most efficient shots on the floor, which are threes and going to the basket to get twos. The mid-range stuff, it's not there. They're not interested.
Now you know how to hurt them.
And so if they get streaky shooting the basketball, that is going to hurt Alabama, but they just haven't been able to do that. And of course, Brandon Miller is the freshman of the year. You know, he's had an awesome year. 1989, when they created the award, was Alabama hasn't had a freshman of the year in that entire time, and they finally do now. And he's able to really carry the team when they have those lulls where it looks like they can't really score. San Diego State's going to have their hands full trying to stop Brandon Miller. I'm taking Bama in the tie.
All right, we have a few more games to go, but before we go to break, I do need to take a moment. Random Texter wants clarity on the Raven Kid thing. He says, Jeffrey, I think you took it wrong. Raven Kid's personal hygiene is pretty good, actually. He says, after all, he kind of likes girls and everything. It's not about the hygiene. He says, but when it comes to cleaning the bathroom counter or his shower, that's when he holds the rag like he's pinching salt like this, you know. And if you ask if it's my fault or my wife's fault, we've both shown him 100 times how to do it right. It's a lost cause.
Yeah, look, if you say he likes girls, then nothing's going to be a problem there, because I remember there are things that I didn't learn to do properly when I was living with my parents, and then I had a girl over, and I didn't clean the way I thought I probably should have, and then I was hyper aware of all the things I could have cleaned better. You'll figure it out.
Mom and dad say something, you're like, right. The girl, makes the bed very cold. Suddenly, you're figuring it out. You know,
he'll put it together.
We will take a break and come back and continue with Keon Rose's NCAA tournament Sweet 16 college basketball dance party. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Are you working way too hard for way too little? There's never been a better time to consider a career in IT. You could enjoy a recession-resistant career in a rewarding field with plenty of growth opportunities and often flexible work environments. Go to My Computer Career and take the free career evaluation. You could start your new career in months, not years. Take classes online or on campus, and financial aid is available to qualified students, including the GI Bill. Now is the time. mycomputercareer.edu.
Are you a planner? Do you like to plan ahead? Then, of course, you already have a plan to call Harmon Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer, up to 85% on your monthly bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
Exclusive coverage of the NCAA men's basketball tournament on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic is presented by Harmon Solar, Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, American Furniture Warehouse, Desert Diamond Arena. Don't miss a moment of the action, the upsets, the last-second buzzer beaters that make this tournament madness. The NCAA men's basketball tournament, exclusively on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Time for some smart saving. Brew up an education savings plan.
I'm Arizona State Treasurer Kimberly Yee. Saving for higher education is easier than you think. For the cost of a few cups of coffee each month, you can begin investing in an AZ 529 education savings plan. When it's time for college, you can have the savings for tuition, books, fees, and more. So visit az529.gov and brew up your plan today.
Now that's smart saving. Sponsored by the Office of the Arizona State Treasurer.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8695. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-8695. That's 800-575-8695. Tax Relief Advocates, real solutions for real people.
This is Brent Musburger. Don't miss Betting Across America, Saturdays at 11 a.m. right here on Arizona Sports Betting Station, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Today, Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Coming up in the next hour, we'll be giving away another pair of tickets to the NHRA Arizona Nationals being held on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Wild Horse Pass Motorport Sports Park. Is that drag? I didn't want to ask Randy because I didn't want to. Is that drag racing?
I believe so. Yeah.
So that's just drag racing, right? It's not a course or anything. I didn't want to admit that I didn't know.
I don't think it's a course. No. Now,
Right, so
I mean,
it's drag racing.
I am fairly sure.
Hey, listen, I'm all for driving really fast with women's clothes on, but that sounds dangerous. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Anyway, so we have those tickets for you here. Here comes Randy. So in the next hour, be listening for your chance to win the NHRA Arizona National tickets for the races. All right, so now let's go over here to the text line real fast, and then we'll get back to Keon Rose's college basketball dance party. Against the Spread wants you to know that San Diego State has the 107th ranked offense. They're absolutely terrible on offense. The only chance they have against Alabama is to turn the game into a rock fight. Alabama should cover that game.
They absolutely will turn the game into a rock fight. I have no doubt about that. And I do, and they are 107th, but I think they have enough shot creators that when they need points, they can get it.
Fish Tank says, it's kind of like how men never learn how to iron their clothes. If I learned how to iron my clothes, I would have been expected to do that, And that's the same thing, I don't think women understand. We don't care for wrinkled. You know what I'm saying? They care for wrinkled more than we care for wrinkled. That's why women will go, give me that shirt. Give me that shirt. You can't go out like that. Oh, I assure you I can. I have absolutely no problem
That's
with
right.
it.
Yeah.
Straight Striper says to Raven Kid and any other youngsters listening out there, clean your sink and your mirror when you brush your teeth and shave. Okay, wipe the toilet when you're done. And a minimum, put your dishes in the sink. Man up a little bit. And a little bit of that effort is going to go a long way. Yeah, that's a true story. That is a true story, Straight Striper. You know what they heard there?
Yep.
They don't care what we think. Against the Spread says UConn is in the top 10 for offense, top 20 for defense. They'll dominate against Arkansas with 5 days of prep work. He's looking for you to respond.
Yeah, I fantastic observations there. I'm just saying they are so bad against the pick and roll. Anytime there is one specific play that I can run where I can get 15 to 19 points against you, you're not running away with anything.
Wilbur says, that's why my wife never lets me go out in my birthday suit in public. Too wrinkled. I think that's funny. Not the part about that, just that he thinks that we think that he has a wife. Anyway, let's get back to it. Keon Rose's NCAA March Madness Tournament, Sweet 16 edition dance party. And here we are now. Number 5, Miami against the other number 1 in Houston. Miami, cinco. Houston, uno. Keon, what do you know?
Well, first off, I got to say, it's March Madness. Let me pick some upsets, you guys. Let me have some upsets.
So far, you have not
in some of these picks. I did take Arkansas, so that's
it's 8 versus 4.
Well, there aren't that many big gaps in all of these. So yeah, you're taking the underdog in some of them. But yeah, no. We're Miami and Houston. Miami and Houston is a really fun game. I think that could potentially be the second most fun game of the weekend or the most fun game of the weekend, depending on how you feel about Xavier, Texas. Houston is the immovable object. Miami is the unstoppable force. Miami scores 79.1 points per game. They can absolutely fill it up. They love to play with tempo. It's attack, attack, attack all the time with Miami. Meanwhile, Houston, they play a slower game. They allow 56.6 points per game. So basically, something's got to give here. Either the defense of Houston or the offense in the up-tempo way that Miami likes to play. I'm leaning towards Miami with all of this for a couple of reasons. One, Houston can get into these scoring droughts that I'm not a big fan of. They just stop scoring. And I don't understand why that happens. It's happened a couple of times in the season, and it doesn't really make any sense. Also, one of the worst teams at defending back cuts and off-ball cuts to the basket is Houston. And Miami, they love to do that. That's almost all they do. They're in the 93rd percentile of teams with off-ball cuts. So I expect a lot of those big guys.
Hey, could you stop saying ball cuts? Good God.
You know, you have to use context clues, man. I am not talking about I'm talking about, and I said,
don't care. Just don't say
off
cuts
ball.
and balls.
You have to.
There's got to be another term.
There isn't another term. You cut to the basket when you're off
there
ball.
You go. You just cut to the basket. Just say cut to the basket.
But you know, but you can cut to the basket with the ball, so it has to be off ball. I have to specify.
What another word in between cut and ball? Could you just...
I can't. That's what the phrase is. Stop being so sensitive about this.
Never heard you use it before. You know, you've never said that before.
Well, this is one of the best teams in the nation at doing specifically this, so I have to talk about it.
No, I hope they lose now.
Well, we'll see, I suppose. But Jordan Miller and Norchad Omier, those two guys are supposed to be big time. And look, they're going to have to do something that a lot of teams can't do against Houston, which is rebound the basketball. Those two big guys are going to be very important for Miami. I'm picking Miami because I think those two guys might be up to the task. But I need to everybody understand. Houston rebounds 37% of their misses, which is just an unworldly number of rebounds to get. If you don't figure out a way to get on the boards against Houston, you are losing this game. But I think that Miami can. I think that Miami and their bigs are going to be able to get to the basket on offense. And then, defensively, I think they'll be able to do enough rebounding wise to hold off the Cougars.
How about instead of cut ball, you call it shaving accident?
No.
There we go.
I think that's better. I'm not alone here, am I?
It's not a cut
No.
ball.
Dear God,
it's an off ball cut.
Off ball cut.
They need to lose. They need to lose. Fish Tank says, who does U of A play the Sweet 16? Oh, Baker's Cocky Hen says Canes need to get hot and stay hot for a few games. Their odds to win it all seem just a bit too juicy to me at 45-1.
Yeah, I don't know if I like those odds either. But here's the thing too with the Canes. They also played the single worst basketball game I think I've watched at that level all season long. So when the shooting's not there for them, it's really not there for them. But they've been well in the tournament, so I'm gonna lean their way.
All right, so let's move on now to a team that's like, I don't know if we're really supposed to be here. They're timid about even walking in the building. Are you sure we're Princeton? Are you sure we're supposed to be here? Prince, that sounds familiar. Who did Princeton beat?
They beat you, Arizona.
Oh,
the 15.
I'm sorry.
Beating the 2 in the first round.
So, and the surprising, they're still here. So Princeton is taking on number 6 Creighton. I repeat, number 15 Princeton is taking on number 6 Creighton. So what's the deal with Princeton? Do they just get hot at the right moment, or do they actually have the talent to pull this sort of thing off?
I don't know if they necessarily got hot so much as they got the right matchup. They played against two teams who did an absolutely sorry job rebounding the basketball. This is the reason why Princeton is here. Princeton is here because in second chance points, they outscored Arizona and Missouri, their second round opponent, 30-4. So it didn't matter that they don't actually shoot the ball that well. And it didn't matter that they shot the ball worse than Missouri. And it didn't matter that they shot the ball worse than Arizona. They outscored both of those teams 30-4 in second chance points. Princeton, if you're a high school coach, get that Princeton Arizona game and just watch the rebounding and watch the boxing out. That is a clinic in how you rebound the basketball. However, they're not beating Creighton. Creighton can score from anywhere. This is actually the most lopsided point spread, and against the spread can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but that 10-point spread of Creighton over Princeton is the most lopsided one in the entire Sweet 16 for a reason. They can score from anywhere. They're the first team since 1997. They have 2 players score 30 points in each round, with Ryan Kalkbrenner scoring 31 points in the first, and then Ryan Nembhard scored 30 in the second round. So they have lethal scorers. Defensively, hit or miss. But as far as the offense goes with Creighton, they can absolutely fill it up. And I just don't see a way that Princeton, the way that they've been shooting the basketball, is going to beat Creighton in this game unless Creighton is ice cold.
All right, now we're down to the last game of your Sweet 16 on Friday. Xavier, number 3, versus Texas, your team, number 2. And I've noticed you don't talk about that much. You are just sort of letting whatever happens happen. You're not bragging on it. You're not even talking about it unless you're forced to. You're in that same sort of category I am when the Colts are good, where you're just like, just gonna be quiet, not gonna tempt fate, just gonna let it happen. Well, now you have to talk about it. Xavier versus Texas. You got to choose.
Yeah, I've been trying to be under the radar with it. I've had a long history of thinking that Texas has had great teams, and then they just fall apart in the tournament. First round, second round. That doesn't really matter. There's just really early on, they failed to get anything done. I mean, they had a team at one point with Kevin Durant on it, didn't really do a whole lot with that team. I can't even understand why to this day. So I've been right under the radar with this one, but I think that this is going to be the best matchup of the weekend. You've got a couple of great stories, I guess. It depends on how you feel about sweaty Sean Miller and his road to redemption. But Rodney Terry, of course, is the interim head coach at Texas, filled in for Chris Beard. And the season was kind of supposed to be done after that. And here they are in the Sweet 16. I happen to think that they should hire the guy. Both of these teams are top 40 in scoring. They're both top 20 in assists. They're very evenly matched. I think they've got the best offensive game. I think that Texas is the most well-rounded of the two teams. They do everything well, but they don't do anything particularly great. So good luck guessing who's going to go off for them in any particular game. But Xavier has something that they can do to beat Texas. If they shoot the 3 well, that's going to give them a chance. When Texas has lost this year, their opponents have outshot them from 3. And then the other thing is they're also not great at defending the pick and roll. So if Xavier starts to work that against Texas and it's effective early, then things might be a little rough for the Longhorns. But I just think that Texas is, A, playing great basketball right now, and B, when you're that well-rounded, that's the kind of team that I like to see in tournament time, where your big guys are playing well, your guards are playing at a high level, you've got a lot of depth on your bench. I'm going to go with Texas.
All right, so you say Xavier in Texas is the best game, the best matchup. What's the worst?
Boy, I think that Creighton-Princeton is going to be bad. I think Princeton, they've played with a lot of heart, they played with a lot of moxie, but they can't shoot. And Creighton really can. That could get ugly. That 10-point spread is there for a reason.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Keon Rose's NCAA tournament Sweet 16 college basketball dance party is now been concluded. Please check your tickets and play along with the home game next week when we either tell Keon how amazing he is or laugh at him openly and create some Keon rage. That's what's going to happen Monday.
Keon rage. All right.
Booze and Raider says, how about without balls cutting? See, you're still saying it. Parlay J says, what about sack slice?
That's actually worse and somehow doesn't describe the play that we're talking about.
I got a lot of texts coming in, comments on Keon Rose's college basketball dance party. We'll hit those when we come back from the top of the hour break. When we return, here's what's going to happen. What I just said, Plus, we got tickets to the NHRA Arizona Nationals over at Wild Horse Pass. Be listening for your chance to win those tickets. Plus, if God is my witness, we are going to talk NFL quarterbacks. I ain't screwing around, people. We're doing it. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-279-0433 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-279-0433. That's 800-279-0433. What do you have to lose? Call 800-279-0433. Again, 800-279-0433.
I thought learning a language would be too much work, but Babbel makes learning fun. J'aime Babette.
Babbel's lessons only take 10 or 15 minutes, and soon you turn and realize, hey, I'm starting to speak another language. How'd that happen?
Babbel isn't robots talking. You learn words and phrases from real native speakers. I was ready for real-life conversations in just a few weeks. So easy.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Hey everybody, it's Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. For years, I've been telling you about refinancing, new home loans, all the great stuff that the Lund Mortgage Team can help you with from start to finish. Now, things have gotten a little crazy, right? The rates are bouncing all over the place. Now they're officially higher than they've been in a long time. And now more than ever, I think it's important to have a mortgage professional that has been there, done that. Any Yahoo can sell you a mortgage when it's 2.75%. Those people are going away. The real professionals are the ones that are staying in business and helping their clients through this kind of tough time out there as far as mortgage rates are concerned. Those people are the Lund Mortgage Team. Matt Oliver, Lisa Lund, they've owned this team for a long time, over 2 decades in the Valley. They are the best in the business, and they will walk you through the process, whether it's refinancing now or probably more importantly, a new home loan. Let them do all the heavy lifting for you. Call today, 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940 or online, lundmortgage.com.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all ththese things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third
hour. All right, people, settle down because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody. It's sorry. You ever get that sugar bubble in your throat after you just eaten like way too many M&Ms? You know, I'm chowing down on these peanut M&Ms here, and the first time you talk, I can't be the only person.
Happens to the best of us.
So it happens to the best of us and Mr. Wilbur. 888-368-1580. I don't know why. Just lashing out at him for no apparent reason. Okay, so a lot of people had texts and stuff about the Keon Rose college basketball dance party, so I figured we'd read those real quick, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Mr. Pringle says, he says, I used to coach boys basketball, and I never taught the boys to cut their balls. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
That
you shouldn't
a ball
have been
cut,
doing that.
just
Yeah.
no.
That's not what that means.
Wilbur, I'm not reading that because it's irrelevant at this point. Baker's Cocky Hens says Dizu looked like the best player in the country last game. And he says Scott Spritzer was talking about the Princeton game before you guys came on. Creighton shuts down inside and outside, only allowing mid-range shots. Princeton is good inside and outside, but sucks at mid-range. Creighton in a blowout. That's some analysis, but all I needed to see was that Princeton's 15.
Well, yeah, but you say that, but by the logic of the tournament, they shouldn't even be here. So
no, they played Arizona. They totally should be here.
I mean, but Missouri was pretty good. They knocked them out too. So
you, Randy, and I could probably drive down the street, pick up some people from a bus stop, and beat Arizona. So it's just really not something you should make that big a deal out of.
I disagree. They were really good all year. But
well,
something
then,
happened.
Then that's why you're going to be on the bench, Keon. You're going to be on the bench.
Tournament time starts and they forget how to basketball. And
I didn't say regular season. Against the spread says Gonzaga's defense is also terrible and will be exposed against UCLA. Gonzaga's defense gave up 90 points against Pacific, who has the 153rd rated offense. If they gave up 90 to Pacific, what do you think is going to happen when they play UCLA? They're going to go home after the UCLA game. That's what's going to happen. And yes, Creighton will beat Princeton by more than 10.
I mean,
isn't this the third time in consecutive tournaments that Gonzaga and UCLA have met?
I know they met last year.
You could say yes or no. I wouldn't be able to.
I thought they met the year before too. I think they're 1-1 against each other.
I don't know.
Gonzaga UCLA seem to always meet up in the tournament.
I know that they met last year in the Final Four, and then earlier this year they played, and Gonzaga beat them up. So, I mean, say what you want, but Gonzaga's shown that they can beat UCLA. So
but you know who can't beat UCLA? And Princeton, and Princeton beat U of A. See how I tied that all together?
Yeah, just it comes full circle.
I don't even care if it's tied with a good rope. I like it.
The connections can, quite frankly, be very loose as long as you end up with a dunk on you.
You know
Arizona.
who else was loose?
Jeffrey's
U of
okay.
A against Princeton.
I thought you were going to say U of A's mom. Anyway. So Big George does bring up a good point. It's a point worth making. He says, at what point do we stop calling Raven Kid? He's in college now. I mean, I believe he's 20. No, he's probably more like 18.
You can't call him Raven Man.
Well, you can't. Well, here's the thing. Billy the Kid was a kid forever. You know what I'm saying? Well, we can always call him Raven Kid. You know,
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's his outlaw name kind of thing.
It's not like
And-
Raven Child, and you can't call him Raven Man because he's not a
Right.
superhero.
Raven dude, Raven guy. 'Cause that's the steps of manhood. You go from kid at some point, guy, and then man. So you're kid probably till about halfway through college. Then you're guy. You're just a guy. Hey, look at that guy over there. And then when you get a real job and you're responsible and mom's not doing your laundry and you're able to actually, I don't know, clean your shower effectively without help from grown-ups, man. So right now he's
scrubbing
just
bubbles.
But he can be a Raven Kid forever if he wants to be. Oh, I've
Don't-
seen those things. You've seen that on Facebook. You spray it and it goes clean. Yeah, scam.
Well, you do have to do some scrubbing. You don't get to just let it happen. I mean, it helps though. It does help.
Yeah, help, but still.
But you get a hard brush and scrub after the bubbles. Obviously,
You're not talking about ball cut, are you?
No.
Okay, good.
Oh, ball cutting?
Yeah, I don't need any of that. Freak. Yeah. Bruno Baller says Jeffrey's been trying to talk about NFL quarterbacks since 2018.
Yep.
I know. But I can't talk about it yet because we got to talk about something that first we're going to talk about injuries to other people. Paul George, oh my God. Why would they play that video? Of course, I'm not talking about the first time when his legs snapped like balsa wood. I'm talking about just the other day when his knee decided, I don't go that way. Blah! I go that way. And just watching that, even though he's going to be okay. You're still, that is not the way a knee is supposed to bend.
Yeah.
To say hyperextension is an understatement.
Yeah.
But they're like, hey, with what's going on with this knee sprain, he's going to have to be evaluated again in 2 to 3 weeks. So he's done for the regular season. And if he comes back, it's going to be during playoffs. And by then he's not going to be ready. And so the Clippers, your season's over. You might as well just stop. You just pack it in.
So?
You're done. No, you at one moment you're like, well, these Clippers could go to the championship. Now you're like, these Clippers can just go home and shut the hell up. That's what they can do because without Paul George, that team is not a championship team. Sounds familiar, don't it? Without Kevin Durant, this Phoenix Suns team probably not a championship team. So, but at least as far as the Clippers go, he got hurt at the absolute wrong time, and it's over for them.
It is crazy what is happening in the Western Conference with the players who have been hurt in this conference and how long they've been out. When you look at Paul George, it's been 2 to 3 weeks. Obviously, Durant's going to be able to go potentially at the end of this month, but it's been the entire month that they've had without Kevin Durant. LeBron missing all of that time. So it's been a lot of guys. I mean, Steph missed a good chunk of the season. He's just now getting back into the version of Steph that we know. So I don't know what's going on in the West, but these injuries have been not just bad, but season altering.
Oh, by the way, Zion almost back, but he's not back. He's almost back, but he's not back.
Yeah.
He is probably the most prolific street clothes artist that we have in the NBA, right? Would you put him above Anthony Davis on that, or is Anthony Davis the reigning king champion of it?
Well, Anthony Davis is holding the crown right now, but Anthony Davis has played more of his career than Zion has played of his.
Zion showed up hurt. He showed up hurt.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't great, and even in college, it was he missed some time with an injury that when he blew his shoe to pieces through his with his foot. So right
in front of Barack Obama. It's like, I don't think that's possible. Been that way.
But yeah, I think that Zion, just because of the explosive way that he plays, it just puts a lot of pressure on the lower part of his body. And I hope that the guy can get a streak of games going, because he's so fun to watch when he's actually out there.
So do the Lakers need to win this game? Is this like a must-win game for them because they're trying to get into the playoffs?
Yeah,
right. This is like they got to win this.
They don't have a bunch of games that they could afford to lose. They are one game out of the play-in right now. They're at that 11th spot behind Utah. They need this. They absolutely need this. I think that the team that's going to miss the play-in, I think it's going to be decided by a game or two. You're not going to have a whole lot of margin for error.
Yeah, every game for them is a must-win. Just so you guys know, DeAndre Ayton will not play in this game. At least that's what the last thing I saw said. Also out, LeBron James. Doubtful with kind of like Arizona. You know how, Randy, you say in Arizona, there's after they get over 30%, 50% chance of rain, it's definitely going to rain. Well, Anthony Davis in injury report as doubtful. He ain't going to play. He ain't going to play.
Yeah, I would imagine not.
So with that, knowing that we don't have DeAndre Ayton, but they don't have LeBron James or Anthony Davis, you got to like our chances a little bit better, right? Or is that Laker team that where they've went out and got some new pieces enough to take down what's left of the Suns?
Yeah, I think that the Lakers are playing well enough right now. They're getting a lot out of D'Angelo Russell. Lately they've been getting a lot out of Austin Reeves. Who's undrafted player out of Arkansas, has been playing lights out lately. And meanwhile, the Suns have been so streaky. I honestly cannot tell you which version of the Suns is going to show up, because that would let me know who to actually pick in this game. But there's games where Chris Paul will score 20, and there's games where Chris Paul will score 2. And I can't tell you which Chris Paul is going to show up, because I don't even think Chris knows at this point.
Well, here's here's the latest. Okay, so if you want to look at maybe let's piece some games together, kind of thing. The Lakers have won 2 out of their last 5. The Suns have won 1 out of their last 5.
So just bad all around. All around. That's what the injuries are going to do to you.
So I don't even know if I want to watch this tonight. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I'm going to feel happy about it.
I mean, whoever wins, it's going to be a very ugly game. I don't know.
I think it's a more important game for Los Angeles than it is for Phoenix.
Well, absolutely right. Absolutely right. Now, the spread, nobody knows what to do with this game. The spread is 1.
It might be a pick 'em come game.
Yeah. And they got Phoenix -1, and the money line is +100 for the Lakers. The over-under 230. I'm going to take the under. I don't feel like this is going to be a game that gets much out of the 90s for either team.
I don't know about that, because I think that they've got guys who can score, but the defense is going to be a problem because you're missing DeAndre Ayton, who usually does a lot of the rim protection for the Suns, and you're missing Anthony Davis, who does that for the Lakers. So you're losing a lot of defense.
Well, I'll tell you what, then that means the Suns won't get much more than 90. The Lakers will probably get more. I'm going to give it. I'm picking the Lakers on this. And we don't usually do NBA picks. And maybe this is a little bit of a reverse jinx kind of thing, because of course I'm going to root on the Phoenix Suns. But right now, as things are, even in this situation, man, with it this close as far as the line, no, I'm going to say you're looking at about 190, maybe 195 as a total. And it's going to be well under the 230. You tell me I'm wrong. I'll be wrong. But I'm sorry. I don't mean to be, Eeyore on the Suns right now. But just glad Ralph's not on the show today.
Yeah, I mean, he'd have a very strong case. I'm going to still take the Suns. But it's been ugly. And the one thing I want to see is Devin Booker has got to be better about these turnovers. He was. And then after Kevin Durant got hurt, I have seen from Devin Booker some of the most uncharacteristic turnovers, passes I know he knows he shouldn't make. It's just, he's got to be more careful with the basketball.
Cards Chappie says tonight is a big game for Phoenix. We need to take every easier win we can to stay out of that play-in. Our schedule is stupid tough for the remainder of the season. Blissful Hayes says Ben Simmons is actually the champion of not playing. Well, that's not necessarily injury oriented, I guess. But
yeah, but if it's going to be the street clothes title, then it doesn't really matter how you wind up in street clothes.
Oh, hey, Keon, you watched the lady basketball. You watched the lady basketball, right?
Yeah.
You watched the lady college basketball?
I watched some of it. Yeah.
Right. What the hell did Louisville's Haley Van Lith have to hear from Sonia Morris of Texas? Remember that? They're in the good game line. That's what I call it. The handshake line. Good game. And Sonia Morris sort of grabs her in and says some things. And Haley Van Lith just goes, "Get away from me." And she keeps on going down the line. But she won't say what was said. She's like, "I'm not going to go there and say that." Now, I have a prediction. I think I know what it is.
I don't know what was said. I really don't. But I do. So, what it was nothing nice. Because Sonia Morris and Haley Van Lith in the game, they were already chirping at each other. They weren't fans of each other coming into the game. A lot of trash was talked before. Then during the game, they were clearly going back and forth. Louisville blows out Texas. Right. It's not even close. And then Sonia had some words for Haley at the end.
I think it goes deeper. I think it goes even deeper.
Oh boy.
All right. So here we go. The good game line. All right. Here comes Texas this way. Here comes Louisville the other way. Sonia Morris grabs Haley Van Lith and pulls her in and says, "Hail Hydra." And then, oh my God. That was a little something for the nerds out there. That's all. You didn't see that coming, did you?
That'll do it. Yeah.
By the way, congratulations to Sel Hancock. She is a Yavapai Superior Court judge. She has the high score now. We gotta remember Steve Kimes' blood alcohol content was only 0.193 when he had his extreme DUI. Well, congratulations, because she's got a super extreme DUI with a 0.20.
Oh God.
Wow. That's amazing. Yeah, so she's up there in Prescott, and she gets pulled over there at the Safeway at SR 89 there, and they're like, "Hey, what's going on there?" And she's like, "Oh, just trying to get my prescription." I'm like, "No, you're not. You're drunk." No, I'm a judge. No, what you are is drunk. And
you're a drunk judge.
And I don't know what point they actually tested her, if it was on the street or when they got her back to the station, but 0.20.
Almost doesn't matter when.
And you see her picture. She's a little thing. And Steve Keim is just like, damn, that is a serious. They had to put another word on it. Steve Keim's was an extreme DUI. Hers, super extreme DUI. That is amazing.
It's unbelievable.
Mr. Wilder says, nope. You're wrong. Says, give her credit where credit's due. She blew a 219. Wow, 219.
Oh my God.
Baker's Cocky Hen says Michael Floyd was only 217 and he was sleeping.
Yeah.
Well, so she was on her feet, smaller than all those guys. So anyways, listen, congratulations. Yavapai Superior Court judge. I'm sure none of your cases will get thrown out. Well done with your .219. That's going to be a hard high score to beat right there.
Yep.
Okay, listen, we got to take a break. When we come back, I've got to give you your man of the day real fast. Then, as God is my witness, we're talking NFL quarterbacks. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brent Musburger's Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. The best way to start betting smarter is to sign up for a free VSiN subscription at vsin.com/subscribe. That's vsin.com/subscribe.
With the NBA closing out its regular season in the next couple of weeks, getting ready for the playoffs, the Phoenix Suns are emerging as the betting favorite to win the Western Conference and advance to the NBA Finals. They should have Kevin Durant available by the time the playoffs begin. They are plus 280 to win the West. The Denver Nuggets, who are currently on top of the Western Conference at plus 320, while the Clippers are plus 460. The Milwaukee Bucks, who lead the Eastern Conference, plus 125 to make it to the finals. Last year's Eastern Conference winners, the Boston Celtics, are plus 170, while the Philadelphia 76ers are plus 480. I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action Update on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Dazzling decal on Daisy's Donuts window. Bold banner at Barry's Barbershop. Prominent poster at Penny's on Park Place.
This is your sign. Well, signs. To try Staples and see the difference. Get $15 off signs, banners, and posters when you spend $75 or more.
From Staples, and I couldn't miss it.
Ends 4/15. Visit staplesconnect.com/printbig for details.
Business people like it straight and to the point. So here it is. Bruce Jacobs here to tell you take control of your utility expenses by calling Harmon Solar right now. They can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Level your energy costs. Protect yourself from inflation. How's that for straight and to the point? Here's more. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
If you are an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits, the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
Progressive presents 10 things on a food truck owner's to-do list that are harder than getting a commercial auto insurance quote. Stocking the fridge, prepping the stations, finding employees that get along well, finding employees that actually do their job. Looking at you, Gary. Balancing the books, balancing the flavors, having a fresh menu and fresh produce and fresh meat, but never a fresh mouth. But the easiest thing on a small business owner's to-do list? Seeing if you can save on commercial auto insurance. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
Homeowners age 62 and older, now is time to act. This is Rob Canyon, retirement mortgage specialist and host of the Retire Right with Reverse Rob show on 1510 KFNN. Yes, listing prices are down, but home values still remain at very high levels. Don't wait to learn more about the new and improved home equity conversion mortgage. This is a safe and proven coordinated strategy in retirement, which will improve your monthly cash flow, lower your tax liabilities, and make your retirement portfolio last longer. Call me today, Reverse Rob at 602-REVERSE, or on the web at www.reverserob.com.
When it comes to March Madness, the Fanatic has you covered. wall to wall. Layup is good. 1580 The Fanatic is your one-stop exclusive home for the NCAA men's basketball tournament.
He'll shoot a contested three, and he'll bury it. Triple time.
From the first tip to the final buzzer, we've got you covered. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and at 1580thefanatic.com, your exclusive home for March Madness.
Welcome back to the Daily Blender on this Wednesday in the 5 o'clock hours. We had for 6 o'clock here on 1580 99.3 The Fanatic. Don't forget Sweet 16 kicking off tomorrow on the big station. You'll hear it live exclusively here. And you can also take your shot at college hoops with the FanDuel Sportsbook. Get 10 times your first bet amount in bonus bets up to $200. Just bet $20 on the bracket and you'll land $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. That's 200 bonus bets you can spend on betting everything from the money line to point spreads. And maybe wait for that upset that you see happening, going to play out in the Elite Eight. It's all in an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. No better place to bet the tournament than on the FanDuel Sportsbook. Sign up today by going to FanDuel.com/Randy1580. Again, that's FanDuel.com/Randy1580 and make every moment more with FanDuel all tournament long. You've got to be 21 years old or older, present in the state of Arizona. First online real money wager only, $10 first deposit. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 14 days. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. Jeffco.
Thank you, Randy. Before I move on, there's a couple of texts about the Yavapai County judge that got pulled over with a blood alcohol level of 219.
Nice.
Boomer Sooner says, how the hell does she drive? Well, badly, obviously. I mean, they wouldn't have caught her otherwise. Wilbur says, can we invite her over to Randy's house for this big get-together? You can play some beer pong with her till the wee hours of the morning. You don't want to play beer pong with someone who can actually function with a blood alcohol level of 219. I mean, that's not right. That's like if we started, hey, we're going to get a pickup game. It's all of us versus Michael Jordan. It just wouldn't matter.
Is she officially the Michael Jordan of DUIs?
Yeah, right now, yes. She is the GOAT of DUIs. And listen, hey, let's stop admiring her, okay? If you admire her, you can't surpass her, all right? We came here to surpass her, to reach the top. For one day, let's throw away our admiration for her and just think about winning. Let's just think about drinking.
All right, Shohei.
Just wanted to give it an inspiring speech to everybody going into this.
Yeah.
I could have said that. You don't know it was him. 888-368-1580. So your man of the day, now listen, every now and then the man of the day is a man who does what any man would do, protect their child, protect their family.
Yeah.
But this, just because, you remember the other day we were talking about how I'd like to punch a zebra? That's my make-a-wish if I ever get a make-a-wish.
I remember that, yes.
And then that zebra ripped that dude's arm off, that 72-year-old guy, just because he was like getting too close to my ladies. Okay. Well, now this, not as bad as a zebra ripping your arm off, but this guy, he's married to this lady, and they're travel influencers. I guess that just means that their job is to travel, put it up on the
one of the socials.
Internets. Yeah.
I think they say the gram, you know.
All right.
Back in the 80s when I did comedy, a gram was something else.
Yeah.
But anyway, these travel influencers would put it on the gram, right? And this Riley and Elena, okay, and they have a kid, a young child. He's got to be like 2 or 3, and so they go to this beach in Thailand. Now, here's the thing: you're not a very good travel influencer, though, if you don't read up on a place, because the place that they were at is called Monkey Beach, and what they didn't realize is that beach was notorious for monkey attacks. And they said, well, if we'd known that, we wouldn't have gone. You're not a good travel influencer if you're not doing your damn homework. Now that said, so here they are. They're on the beach. Like, oh, this is lovely. This is great. Oh, the wife is out in the water. The husband's over there with the little kid there. Oh, hey, little buddy, how do you think about this beach? Oh, look over there. There's some monkeys. Oh, look at the monkeys. And them kids, the kid's sitting there. He's like, monkey. And they came at him. He's like, oh, look at that. And then the monkeys stole their backpacks.
Oh, boy.
And so now the dad picks up the kid and he's punching monkeys.
All right. Very good.
And so he picks him up, gets him out of the way, and he's like, I got to get that bag. So then he punches several monkeys. He's like, pow, monkey, give me my bag. Pow, hit him with a bag. And so, yes, your man of the day is Riley Whitlam punching monkeys to save his family and his property in Thailand.
Just went John Wick on him.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He went all John Wick on that pile of monkeys.
But can I tell you the best part of the story? You haven't even heard it.
No.
Okay. He
kid's
flung
name
through on him. Okay.
The kid's name is Darwin.
Darwin. Nice.
I bleep you not.
Darwin. Getting his dad's ass beat by monkeys.
No. Dad was he was plowing through monkeys. Except for one part.
I'll kick your ass.
Well, he did, except for one of them did bite him, and you know what comes after that? Rabies shots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he says, "Yep, I've never had rabies shots, so they're telling me I need 5 or more in the actual wound, then another 5 over the next 20 days. Guess where those other shots to go? At least when I was a kid, they tell you right in your stomach. Yeah, getting shanked with a rabies shot.
Yeah." Well,
you know what? Damn manly.
It beats getting rabies.
Man of the day, right there. So a text just came in and has alerted us to something, and I've got to check something else because now we've just realized that it's not even on our thing. Today is Keon's birthday.
What?
Yeah.
Today is Keon's birthday.
Yeah, somebody from the 702 says, happy birthday, Keon. You're my favorite radio host ever. Well, first off, whoever this is a liar, but they're saying happy birthday to you.
Well,
thinking, is that your mom or
it's not my mom, but
girlfriend, brother, sister,
lady friend?
Yes.
Lady friend.
Oh.
So, you know.
So you know who it is.
I do know who it is. Yes.
See, he doesn't
I also failed to mention it was my birthday because I forgot.
You forgot it was your birthday.
Yes.
He's working on a blood alcohol level, rivaling the Yavapai County judge.
I wish I could reach those heights. No, I just
lady friend.
Birthdays not that big in my family. At least not my dad anyway.
Is that lady friend from around here?
Yes.
Do we know her?
No.
How long has this been going on for? He didn't tell us anything, Randy.
It's true.
A little bit. You know, look, I just want to make sure I've got sure things going on before I just say, hey, look what's going on in my life. You know,
hey, look what's going on in my life. See how easy that was?
I'm surprised that whoever this gal is that she texted in, because I figured he would. She's like, so what do you do for a living, Keon? Stockbroker. Yeah, he wouldn't tell the truth. He's embarrassed of us.
But I'm not embarrassed of you. Clearly.
Clearly. We never heard of this girl.
Huh.
Happy birthday.
Hey, 6483. Go ahead and text in and tell us all about yourself.
Damn.
I have a feeling that ain't gonna happen. Keon's like, don't you do it. Don't you do it.
Do what you want. I don't tell people what to do.
I think we should sing Keon's special birthday song to the tune of "Hail to the Commanders." Here we go.
Please don't know.
Happy birthday,
turn it up.
Keon. Happy birthday to Keon. Happy birthday. Sorry, that's all I could take.
Wow.
If I had the money, I would pay you to never play that song again.
Oh, really?
Like,
he has no money. Keep it going.
I don't have the money. Oh,
birthday to Keon.
Oh
Happy
my
birthday
soul.
to Keon. Hope you have a happy birthday.
Yeah, clearly these are his wishes.
It's like hearing your favorite song being played by the worst musicians.
That's your favorite song?
It's not my favorite song, but it's the fight song of my team. I do love the song.
So, Randy, if Texas goes ahead and they move on in the tournament next week, when we talk about them, you're playing that song. It's not Texas's song, but it's Keon's song. In honor of Keon, we should play that song as loudly as possible.
Absolutely. Happy birthday to Keon. See how I did that?
Oh,
Wasn't that good?
Nice. It's very good. Actually, you're making that work. You're making it
there
better.
you go.
Your gal pal says, do it again. I love this song.
There we go. Happy birthday to Keon. Happy birthday to Keon.
I like it too.
We'll have to talk about how long this relationship's going to last.
Thank you.
Well, quick, 6483. You better come up with a text or nickname before whatever happens, because we like you.
Yeah.
Mr. Pringle, I'm not even going to read that out loud.
Come and visit us again.
Anyway, Pringle thinks that judge would be the pub crawl champion. Yeah, she was a Safeway crawl champion, and that was the problem.
Yeah.
All right. So, how old are you now, Keon?
33.
Oh my God, that's you. Gray hair yet?
No.
After this conversation,
probably a few. I'll probably find a couple somewhere in the locks.
So I have at least I'm running out of time, but hurry. Good news story. I'm sure we've all heard about the kid with the size 23 feet, that teenager. He couldn't get himself any shoes. He's 6'10", and he's a high school freshman, and he's a football player, and he's been cramming his tootsies into some size like 20s or 20, and they're like, oh my God, they're too tight. And so you like $1,500 if somebody were to custom make them for him.
Wow.
$1,500. And so the family, this went viral. Everybody's, oh, please, we really want to help. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, here comes Under Armour, here comes Puma. They've already both scheduled representatives to come to this kid, measure his feet, and get him shoes. And I'm thinking, well, that is really great. That is really, he's just a freshman. You're going to end up doing this again in 6 weeks. You know what I'm saying? That kids go through shoes so fast.
Yeah.
But at least this kid is getting some relief and some help. And I'm sure they're going to think about, well, if we measure him at this size, maybe we measure him a little bigger for if his feet grow into it. And it's just really, it's great for the brands. They get a little something out of it. The kid gets something out of it. And the mom was just so happy. She started a Facebook group called the Big Shoe Network, trying to help everybody. Because over at Arizona Sports Angels, we had somebody ask for some size 14s, and that was a search. I turned the place upside down. Finally did find some size 14s. So imagine trying to find something 9 sizes bigger than that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, no.
I'd be like, have you tried a kayak? Because Jesus Christ, those are big feet.
It's like, my brother in Texas, he's got like size 17s. I tell him he's got boat feet because he's self-conscious about it. But
he could swim faster than anyone. Them
I'm
flippers.
just like, just where do you even find shoes?
Yeah.
So Eric Kilburn Jr. got him some shoes, and so that's just a nice thing to hear. With all the stuff that's going on in the world today. Oh, hey, by the way, part of Man Talk, I do want to teach you some stuff, Keon. Now that you've got a gal, it's something you need to know. You gotta have these facts. I know you've been like wondering since you've been on this radio show. Every now and then, I give men some facts. What do I say? You put that in your pocket in case you need it later.
Yeah.
And sometimes it'll impress the ladies. Other times, it's just so you can feel like you've won a fight with them. So I'm trying to educate. So here's some things that came across today. There is an actual word in the English language for putting on your makeup.
Okay.
For putting makeup on your face, there's an actual word. And you know what that word is? Farting.
I was going to say painting the barn.
No, farting. It's just farting, but with a D. That's an actual word. You can look it up. Farting. So you're like, what are you doing farting in there? And you're like, I'm not farting. No, you're farting. See, it's an actual word. Better get the dictionary so you show it to her. So she's just not like, I'm not farting, but I don't fart. I don't fart. That never happens. I don't know if your girlfriend sounds like that. And please forgive me, all ladies out there. You all sound that way when I do the voice. My own wife doesn't sound like, I don't understand why you see you. She doesn't sound like that, but she does the same thing to me. Anytime she mimics me, she's like, I'm like, I've never sounded like that ever. I'm
pretty sure
You'll never hear that at my house, except for when I'm mimicking.
Sounds like Mr. and Mrs. Caveman.
I'm sure most people have a stupid guy and stupid woman voice that they use on their friends and partners and things like that. And none of the voices are the actual voice of anybody. It's just
a little hurtful, though. I'll be honest.
Oh, it's incredibly hurtful. Yeah.
Well, your gal says, no, that was a good impression of me, actually. Good job. Oh, wow. Keon. Wow.
Wait, what?
Damn.
So sorry. So sorry.
I disagree, but all right.
That was a good impression of me. Good job.
Liquid Courage.
An upstate New York mother
Liquid
of three.
Courage
That's
thinks-
what's happening.
Yeah, it's just the same voice I use for every annoying woman. And I'm not saying she is one. I'm just saying. Liquid Courage says Monkey Puncher. That'd be a great texture name.
No, that's
he's
good.
right.
Yeah, Monkey Puncher.
Monkey punching. That dude was monkey punching his
So
way
is it
through a
monkey
beach.
punching or
Oh no,
monkey
for the guy, it's
puncher?
monkey puncher.
Yeah.
He was monkey punching. That's
Yeah.
why he's a monkey puncher.
All right.
Blissful Hayes says, ooh, that judge definitely does like to party. Baker's Cocky Hen says, my 16-year-old's wearing some 14s and they are not cheap. Kids' feet are huge these days. You know what it is? It's a lack of chores, damn it. Boomer Sooner says, hey, if you can plug Boomer, I'm a rep for golf cars. What? Club car golf cars? What are you talking about? What does that have to do with shoes? Are you funny?
I'm not trying to make fun of Boomer Sooner, but sometimes I feel like Boomer Sooner is listening to his own radio show.
Yeah, not even last week's show.
I mean, just
out of nowhere.
Just another show entirely.
Hey, Boomer Sooner, here you go.
Boomer Sooner is a rep for Club Car Golf Cars for all your golf car needs.
Thank you.
He
Boomer
says, by
Sooner.
the way, Keon, I've got it from a good source that Daniel Snyder and his Wi-Fi, I think he means wife, clean out their offices at the commander's headquarters there. They live in London now, and they're waiting on the sale. Well, we talked about that like a week ago, Boomer.
Yeah.
We've known that they've cleared out of there since December.
Guys,
Really.
he's got to be listening to a podcast. Yes,
I think he's listening to a podcast.
Maybe.
Yeah.
He'll hear this and like in 3 years we'll get a text from him saying,
My wife don't sound like that. Why are you doing? Why are you talking?
Hamilton Porter says, have you ever seen Beer Fest? I'm
We
sorry. He
talked
said
about
that
this
yesterday. No, the text line sometimes flips
Yeah, I
that
know.
on me. He says,
I know.
Jeffrey, that voice sounds like Cartman's grandmother.
Hmm.
Oh, I had no idea. Does it really? That's cool. CK says, Jeffrey, time to give Keon the birds and the bee talk. Although he spelled B-E-A. So I got to give him the birds and the B. Arthur talk. So B. Arthur is this actress.
I know who she is.
She's really tall, kind of manly. And she was first on the Archie Bunker show there. And she played a neighbor that just wouldn't take crap from Archie Bunker. And then she got her own show. Was it called just Maude or Here Comes Maude? Because the song says
Maude.
And then there's Maude.
Yeah.
And then after that, and then she died. No, wait, she did Golden Girls, and then she died.
Yeah.
I think she's very well known for Golden Girls, and also the Archie Bunker show is one of my dad's favorite shows. So I watched a lot of it. Actually.
Yeah, my mom and dad used to like to watch that too. They're dead now.
Yeah. Way to go, Keon. I know it's your birthday and everything, but you got to bring us down by doing that to Randy. Jesus Christ. Against the Spread says Clown Puncher. That'd be a good name. Better texture nickname. Clown
Puncher.
Swazman says, Jeffrey, I have to give credit where credit is due. You are one pretty damn funny dude. You make us all laugh a lot. Your fake chick voice seems authentic. That's the least authentic thing I've ever done on the show is that voice. That's just what I imagine some woman in the car back in the 50s as this guy's driving. Yes, dear.
Why you gotta drive so fast all the time? It's raining out here.
That's all right, dear.
Why you turn out of here?
I said, no, I'm going to drive off this bridge, bitch. That's what I'm going to do. You know, that's what I always think. Wilbur says, my wife yells at me when I'm in the bathroom. It says, quit using my makeup. And I respond back to her, it's only the refried beans. Do you mean the makeup or the reason you're in the bathroom? Wow, we were doing so good there.
There was a farting joke in there somewhere.
Oh yeah, I mean, we did Friday vibes and everything. And Wilbur just, is that one person just grabs the wheel and we all just go off, into the woods, hit a tree, and we're all stunned
every time.
Yeah, there's no reason to go to the party now. I don't. Oh yeah, here's something for you. A little another thing when your gal's sitting there doing stuff, getting ready, you say, hey, you know, Q-tips you're using right there. You know what they used to be called? Baby gays. That was actually the name of Q-tips when they were first made. Baby gays.
I'm 61.
I don't know why.
I'm 61. I have never heard them referred
Google
to as
it.
baby gays.
Google it. It's a real
Really?
thing. It's a real thing.
When did
Remember,
that
gay
happen?
wasn't always like a thing. You know, gay
No, I
was
know
like
that.
happy. So
I know
they're
that.
happy baby gay. You get the stuff out of the baby's ear, and then now the baby's gay. That's the sort of thing that's going to drive people in some states out of their damn minds.
Yeah.
We got to play for that, baby.
There's a little ad insert here. I Googled it.
Yep.
And it says, something new. Every mother will be glad to know the Q-tips baby gay sanitary boric tip swabs for eyes, nostrils, ears, gums, and many other uses. 6 swabs in a box for 25 cents.
Are you trying to sound like an old-timey radio announcer?
That is as close as I'm going to get.
Didn't
So
work.
it's okay. It's as close as I can get.
Nice try. That was a good attempt.
You know, I'm
In
gonna
a
still
golf clap.
Well, now
it was a very
Now
good
I got to
attempt.
bring it back again.
Very good attempt.
I got one last thing to bring it back, and after that, we're just have to turn off the radio.
Like, I'm not afraid to try things.
So this one is your lady's like, you never buy me champagne.
You never buy me champagne.
Yeah.
You say, hey, I'm trying to protect you. Okay. Did you know champagne corks kill around 24 people a year?
Ooh.
That means they cause more deaths than sharks.
Is that why you won't take me to the ocean?
Yeah, that's why. Because it's not because I'm worried about having to see you in that bathing suit. No. It's about the sharks. But also, that's why we're not going to have any champagne. And it's not because I'm cheap and you're not worth it.
Someone was really hurt by that.
Champagne corks kill 24 people a year.
Had nothing to do with them, but it was just way too real. And their feelings are hurt right now.
I don't know. I just made that all up in my head, but you're probably right. Somebody's on the right going, oh, he's not wrong. Aw. Baker's Cocky Hens liked Keon's old timey voice. He thought it was epic. So
Very
there
good.
you go.
Very good.
All right. And Against the Spread says Cloud Puncher was supposed to be a joke. I guess it went over your guys' head. Clown Puncher. That was funny. We all laughed. He says, by the way, happy birthday, Keon. You guys are going to read my picks for tomorrow. Did you already give them? I thought I
just
did.
make sure you hit us up first thing tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, right at 3
You
o'clock.
better send it right now because we only have like 16 minutes of show left and probably 10 minutes of show left, really. And we're not on tomorrow or the next day. So, yeah. Straight Striper says, last time I had to deal with a nagging voice, it was much deeper and it cost about $350 an hour. What the hell does that even mean?
I don't even know.
Pour that man a drink and let's take a break. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Dazzling decal on Daisy's Donuts window. Bold banner at Barry's Barbershop. Prominent poster at Penny's on Park Place.
This is your sign. Well, signs. To try Staples and see the difference. Get $15 off signs, banners, and posters when you spend $75 or more.
From Staples, if I couldn't miss it.
Ends 4/15. Visit staplesconnect.com/printpig for details.
If you are an IT professional looking for an opportunity with great benefits, the freedom to creatively solve problems in a career with great growth potential and a team environment, look no further than Affinity Technology. Serving the Valley since 1992, Affinity Technology is looking for a level 1 tech to develop and deliver excellent solutions and outstanding customer service. Visit atechaz.com/jobs and get started with your future today. That's atechaz.com/jobs.
Exclusive coverage of the NCAA men's basketball tournament on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic is presented by Harmon Solar, Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, American Furniture Warehouse, Desert Diamond Arena. Don't miss a moment of the action, the upsets, the last-second buzzer beaters that make this tournament madness. The NCAA men's basketball tournament exclusively on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Progressive presents 10 things on a food truck owner's to-do list that are harder than getting a commercial auto insurance quote. Stocking the fridge, prepping the stations, finding employees that get along well, finding employees that actually do their job. Looking at you, Gary. Balancing the books, balancing the flavors, having a fresh menu and fresh produce and fresh meat, but never a fresh mouth. But the easiest thing on a small business owner's to-do list? Seeing if you can save on commercial auto insurance. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms and conditions.
Hi. Who's this?
Buzz, he appears whenever you eat Honey Nut Cheerios.
Like a genie?
Sure.
Ooh, does he grant wishes? I wish I lived in a giant boot. No, I wish I could swim with a humpback whale. No.
I can grant you a delicious bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios, which can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
Ooh, with heart shapes too.
Happy heart-shaped Cheerios are back for a limited time. Pick up a box of Honey Nut Cheerios at your local store for an easy, delicious, and heart-healthy start to your day.
With LifeWell, help is here. We offer mental health and addiction treatment focused on adults with financial need. Learn about recovery and whole person health at lifewell.us and find an inspiring career to become part of our team. We're hiring psychiatrists, therapists, case managers, clinicians, and more. Start a career of hope, health, and healing. Visit lifewell.us. This message is sponsored by LifeWell and a Virginia G. Piper Charitable Trust COVID Response Grant.
Professional announcer here, and I'd like to get real with you for a moment. All across the country, and even in our own town, there are people who have to go without, perhaps even you, having to go without hearing all of our shows. It's tragic, but there is help. Just listen to our podcast wherever you get your podcasts, or at 1580thefanatic.com.
Uh-oh. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and I accidentally missed some texts from earlier. I hate when I do that because sometimes the text line piles up so fast, some things get popped off the screen, and so I missed some stuff from a little bit earlier in the hour. The Big T says, first time I did laundry in college, a chopped bar soap and a half, and I just threw it in there. That's how I did it. Oh, so he did not do laundry. So he just took a bar of Dial soap.
Wow.
It threw it in there and said, oh, there you go. Let's see what happens. How did that turn out, Big T? That's what I got to know.
I don't think it could turn out well, but maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe you could whittle like an Irish Spring like they used to in the old commercial. That guy whip out his knife and start whittling on that bar of soap,
I always thought that guy had an epic sweater. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
the guy was sitting there, he cuts into the Irish soap. The first thing you're thinking is, oh, God, don't cut yourself. Then you're thinking, that's an epic sweater.
Yeah.
Jag Dog says, what's worse, a ball cut or a backdoor cut? Ball cut. Fish Tank says that we should call Raven Kid Raven Man Cub. Raven Man Cub. Raven Kid.
You'd almost be better off just calling him Raven Guy if you didn't want to call him Raven Kid.
See, I think,
or if he didn't want.
I think we have, but we're missing when you're in the first part of college, you become Raven Dude.
Dude.
Then you're when you're upperclassman,
later Raven Guy.
Raven Guy.
Yeah, you're right.
And then you move on to cleaning your own house, and then you're Raven Man.
I don't know. I was never a dude. I went straight from Raven Kid. I went straight from Jeffrey Kid to Jeffrey Guy. Although I did move out of the house when I was like 16 years old and got my own apartment, so I'm a different kind of kid.
You had to kind of speed up the process.
Whistling Gerbil wants you to know, Keon, that your girlfriend's area code is Vegas.
I'm aware.
We're learning something here. What does she do in Vegas?
Well, she lives here now, so nothing.
No, I just thought maybe I could get you to say something. All right, fine. Watermelon says, weren't we going to talk quarterbacks? Well, yeah, in a minute. Just come on. Against the Spread says, I like your college basketball dance party. Great job, Keon. But here's my picks for tomorrow, gentlemen. And as always, gamble at your own risk. Now, let me set this up. If you've never heard the show before, if you've never heard Against the Spread's picks, he is right more often than he's wrong, but he's not always right. Keon has made money by listening to Against the Spread personally. And I think other people have. Some people says, oh, you got it wrong. Sure. But listen, he gets it right more than he gets it wrong. He ain't perfect, so don't judge.
And gambling is about the aggregate anyway, like just in total. So I'm not Against the spread has won me more money than I've lost.
Aggregate.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to be ashamed of knowing words, man. I'm sorry.
Man, I don't know what it means. Here's his picks. He says, my picks for tomorrow. Sparty on the money line. UConn 4 to cover. Tennessee -5 to cover. And UCLA on the money line to win. There you go. That's against the spreads picks right there. And I love is both Randy and Keon are looking straight down, writing this down.
Yeah, I'm
jotting this down.
I'm adding it to my notes here.
Against the spreads, advice is often gold. So there you are. 888-368-1580. Straight Striper wants to clarify something. That $350 an hour deep voice, it was not,
Excuse me?
Well, as long as you pay me, I'll do whatever you want. No, it wasn't that. It was he said he meant for that to be an expensive divorce attorney. Makes more sense. Swave Dave says, wait, what? It's Keon's birthday. Pour him whatever he wants on my tab. My birthday's tomorrow. If I remember, I'll hit you up for one tomorrow. You do that, Dave.
but happy birthday to you too.
Yeah. Happy birthday if we don't see you.
Oh, crap. Am I going to have time for NFL quarterbacks?
No. And do you have time to give away NHRA tickets?
Oh, crap. The tickets. Hey. All right. Caller 2 right now. 888-368-1580. You can win some NHRA. Let me say that again. Some NHRA Arizona Nationals tickets. It's for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, March 24th through the 26th. I don't know if these are one-day passes or all of them, but it doesn't matter. Just win the damn things, would you? It's at Wild Horse Pass Motorsports Park. It's the NHRA's Duel in the Desert, returning for the final time in 2023, and they're saying it'll be one to remember. It's the most powerful and sensory-filled motorsports attraction on the planet.
I can vouch for that. Absolutely is. Yeah.
It's sensual. All right. So here's the deal. It's over at the Wild Horse Pass, which is on the east side, exit 162. It's on the I-10. And if you don't win these tickets and you want to go, call 1-800-884-NHRA. And with this pass, every ticket is a pit pass, is what
Pit
they
pass.
say.
Yep,
You
that's
get
right.
direct access to the teams. You see firsthand the highly skilled mechanics servicing their hot rods in between the rounds, and you get autographs from your favorite NHRA drivers. So,
yeah.
Hey, Randy, do you want to go to this?
I've been before. I have a prior engagement. I've got a grandson that is having a birthday this weekend. So unfortunately, I won't be able to make it. But I will give you a tip. If you go out there, do not stand under the canopy where they're working on the car, because they fire it up and it's pure nitro and it will burn your eyes. You have snot coming out of every orifice in your head. Stay away. Trust me. You'll thank me later.
Damn. All right. So, well, I think Keon has a winner now. So while he's doing that, Randy, what do you say we do this?
Let's
It's
do it.
time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1999, Dr. Bertrand Piccard, a Swiss psychiatrist, Brian Jones's British co-pilot, became the first balloonist to, God damn it, George. Ballooning is not a sport. Stop the music. The hell, George. I can't do that. Ballooning is not a sport. Keon, who won the tickets?
Michael won. He does not have a text or nickname, but he said he's going to start texting in. So,
all right,
looking
Michael,
forward to help
Michael.
from Michael.
Michael. Okay, Michael, thank you so much for listening. And we look forward to seeing you on the text line. I'm sorry, but George, we've been through this. All right, I got another one. Let's do this one. All right. On this date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1959, Montreal Canadiens forward Dickie Moore set an NHL record for most points in a season with 96. He scored a goal and an assist in a 4-2 win at Madison Square Garden against the New York Rangers. Back to me, Jeffrey. There you go. All right, that's it. That's good.
That was it.
Yeah, I don't know why George thought that one was important, but evidently following his retirement in 1968, he became a successful businessman operating an equipment and tools rental business for construction in Montreal, Ottawa, and Toronto.
Huh.
Jesus Christ, George.
Dickie Moore, huh?
Dickie Moore. I just like to read that because you get to say Dickie Moore. Can I talk about some NFL quarterbacks now? We didn't even have time.
Well,
don't know that we
you've
have
got a minute and a half.
90
Well, okay, I'll
seconds.
go as fast as I can. Russell Wilson had arthroscopic knee surgery after 2022. Oh, yeah, that's why he was bad. Mike White says, at its core, the Dolphins offense is the same system I ran with the Jets. Oh, yeah, that's going to happen. Cam Newton threw more than 30 passes at Auburn's pro day, and I saw the tape. Somebody's like, oh, damn, he looks good. Oh, damn, he was just throwing some like at guys who were barely running fast. It was not impressive, really. I finally saw some tape. Yeah,
about that.
Yeah. That's and then the other thing was whether or not the Colts, there's still a lot of rumblings about them taking Lamar Jackson. Nobody's taking Lamar Jackson.
I hope the best for you, buddy. I hope the best for you.
The Ravens will have Lamar Jackson when this is all said and done. Unless Lamar is just pissed off and he's just going to sit out the next season. Nobody is taking Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is going to have to figure things out with the people who brought him. Dance with the one who brought you, I guess. And he's getting screwed by 32 devil owners of the NFL, and that's just a fact. All right, guys, that's it. I talked NFL quarterbacks. We will see you next Monday. We got the Sweet 16 coming up tomorrow and the next day here on 1580 The Fanatic. Bye.
Do you want to know what's trending now? You can defer payments of a full NetSuite implementation for 6 months. No payments and no interest for 6 months. This is a big deal. NetSuite by Oracle has never made an offer like this in its 22 years as the leading cloud financial system. 33,000 companies have already upgraded to NetSuite, gaining visibility and control over their financials, inventory, HR, e-commerce, and more. Everything they need to reduce manual processes, boost efficiency, build forecasts, and increase productivity across every department. In fact, almost 90% of finance leaders